Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Love and Liberty here. Always wanting to document these historic moments. So tonight is going to be Shedeur's first start in the NFL, and we're here for it. So we're just going to be hanging out, reacting, watching the game. Can't show the game, obviously, because of the NFL is like the most aggressive copyright people, but I've got it right behind you guys on the camera on the big screen. I've got the closed captions on. You guys can see where the game is at with the screen that I'm sharing. You'll be able to sync up the clock. So if you watch this later on, I'm going to keep the ESPN website that shows the game stats and whatnot. We'll talk about that as we go. But that way you'll be able to see where we are during the game. Right now, it's about 4:45 Mountain Standard Time, so we've got about 14 minutes to kick off or till it's supposed to start. Right now, they're showing Shedeur warming up. He's got his customary chain on. He looks ready. He's just got that look before every game. And those of you who know what's about to happen. So let me go ahead and get my prediction out of the way. Shedeur is about to one-up LeJohntay, and all love and respect to LeJohntay, but you guys already know. This is what he's been waiting for. It almost feels like fate. I know people are like, it's preseason, the starter doesn't start. But he was fourth on the depth chart. And a series of events had to happen for him to be able to start this game. And I don't think he's ever going to give the position back. I think he's going to take it over tonight. I think they'll play other quarterbacks throughout the preseason, but I think Shedeur will establish himself tonight the way that all of us who followed his career have seen him do time after time after time. So many highlights go through my head, and I'm ready for the nation and the doubters to see what we all know. And so with that being said, guys, I'm just going to be here watching it with you, reacting to the chat, reacting to the game. And feel free to post your predictions down in the chat. If you think I'm crazy and there's no way he ends up starting this year, let me know. If you agree, let me know. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And we've got about 13 minutes to go here. So it just feels like, as excited as I am for the opener, the CU opener against Georgia Tech, I'm about almost as I've never been this excited for a preseason NFL game in my life. And I've watched NFL my whole life. Growing up, I watched every single game that I could, and I don't ever remember being this excited for a preseason NFL game. And I remember, strangely enough, one of the most excited preseasons was Marshall Faulk's rookie year with the Colts. I can't remember exactly what year that was. I think I must have been around, late elementary school, early middle school. And I always wanted to play running back. And so anyway, just killing some time here before the game starts, guys. Mrs. L&L just got back behind me with pork chop from a walk. And we are going to post up and watch this Browns game. Hi, pork chop. It's hot out there, huh? So it is 94 degrees in Boulder right now at almost 5 p.m., which is pretty hot. Unusually, it does get this hot, but it's been really hot the last several days. It's very dry heat. Anyway, it's roasting here. How's the weather where you guys are at? The weather in Charlotte, as you can see, 78 degrees, chance of thunderstorms. Got it up on the screen here. And that's pretty nice football weather. All right, the coverage is back. We're watching Shedeur warm up. And man, he looks ready. He looks intense. He looks focused. He looks locked in. He's in warm-ups, and it looks like It looks like the game has already started, and we're about 11 minutes away. So in 11 minutes, we will see Shedeur's NFL debut. I predict he never gives the job back. Not that other quarterbacks are not going to get their chance in the preseason, but I think tonight he establishes himself in front of the entire country. I mean, he really already has, but this is his first chance in the NFL. People say what they want to say about the competition at Colorado. I say the stats that he put up while he was running for his life constantly are amazing and speak for themselves. But sometimes he's just got to show people before they believe. And he's talking with the refs right now on screen. The refs are shaking his hand. He's smiling. And hopefully you guys are watching along. As the game gets going, you'll see I have on the screen the game stats. So you will be able to sync up the live feed with the game wherever you're watching. So we should be watching it live, but you know, everybody sometimes has a little bit of a delay depending what service you're watching it on. But once the game starts, you'll see the game clock on the screen there. And we'll go through stats as the game progresses and follow Shedeur's legendary NFL debut. I'm so excited, man. I feel silly. You know, I don't I love football. I've loved football my whole life, but I've never been as much of a fan as I have since Coach Prime and the Sanders came to Colorado. They really changed Boulder. And as somebody who went to Clemson and then moved out to Colorado, I was really missing that college football atmosphere. And then as a lifelong fan of Coach Prime, for him to be the coach who came out here and turned it around. And then for Bucky to basically have created his own version of something better than Hard Knocks, to give you the daily behind the scenes, revealing the grind, you know, the dedication, the process from announcing Coach Prime was coming to today, where we have transfers from Alabama in media day saying, of course, I chose CU for the NFL coaching staff. And just imagine 3 years ago, somebody tells you in 3 years, Alabama players are going to be transferring to Colorado because of the NFL coaching staff. We would have been like, what? Who? How? Impossible. They brought the program back from the dregs of college football. And this is just a continuation of that story. It's going to be legendary, as Shedeur likes to say, getting my prediction out of the way. He is going to ball out. And I don't want to say one-up LeJohntay because he's going to get a lot more touches, but it's going to be that kind of night where the rest of the world sees what those of us who followed Shedeur's career already know. All right, AG Ohio, what's up? Let's make sure. I'm going to get the spammers out of the chat. Bear with me. I got to get this set up so if anybody spams the chat, we'll just block them. All right. If you spam the chat, you get put in timeout for 24 hours. Sorry, but, you know, that's annoying. All right, they're showing Shedeur CU highlights right now. This is against Stanford. Showing an interception. Oregon State. So they're showing year one right now. And they're showing him running for his life now against USC. Another interception. And I think he threw very few interceptions in 2 years. So I think they just showed all of them in like 15 seconds. But whatever, he's about to make his own statement. The camera is showing Shedeur warming up with the rest of the Browns players. He's dancing. He looks very comfortable. It looks like it's a CU game. It might as well just be the first CU game of the year as far as what I'm watching. He doesn't look nervous. He looks comfortable. He looks in rhythm. And I think it's going to be a good night, y'all. Put your predictions down in the chat. You think Shedeur is going to have a big night? What do you think this game means for his future overall? Is this game meaningless because, of course, the fourth string? No, come on. It had to be a very specific sequence of events to happen for Shedeur to start. Although, if I step back and think about it, it all seems like a little suspicious, just like his draft drop. That was just insane. Doesn't make any sense. It's like there was a concerted effort to try to humble him. And then now, suspiciously, the very first game he's starting. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm looking too far into it. I just also noticed that this type of perfect timing tends to happen for the Sanders family. And in that same vein, I think he's going to ball out tonight. I think he's going to even surprise those of us who know that he's going to play well. And I think this will be night one of a legendary NFL career. We'll see. That's why we're documenting all of the important events, whether it's the Jordan Seaton commitment, the Julian Lewis commitment, Coach Prime press conference, Shedeur interviews from last year, Travis events, whatever it is. We just want to hang out, document it on the channel so it lives here forever. And if some of these predictions come to pass, we can clip the video and remind people. We said, just like I said many times last year, that Shiloh will make an NFL team. And I know it's not a lock yet, but he's looking very strong to make the team. And that prediction's still out there. And I predicted that Shedeur would go in the first round. That was wrong. But I've seen so many people who were not even Shedeur fans also express how absurd his draft fall was, that I think that's kind of an anomaly. But what I do predict, and what outside forces will not be able to control, at least not as easily, is how he performs when he gets the ball in his hand and he's quarterbacking the team. And we're about to see tonight. And I predict great things. I predict outstanding things, like beyond an above average start. I think he's going to put a lot of people on notice. And hopefully Jimmy does on the other side of the ball too. Jimmy Horn, obviously beloved Colorado player with Shedeur last year, and Travis now on the Panthers. Really exciting to get to see them play each other tonight. I'm watching the screen, guys, behind the camera. They're showing Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders clips from training camp, and Joe Flacco, and talking about the series of events that happened to lead up to tonight, where Shedeur will be getting the start. AG says he's going to be writing his own bio tonight by giving what is expected. I agree with you. I would just say by exceeding expectations. I think he's even, it may not be possible to exceed Coach Prime's expectations, but I think he's going to exceed almost everybody's expectations but his own and Coach Prime's. But I agree that tonight he's writing his own biography. It's in his hands. And that's a beautiful thing, as Bucky says. It is a beautiful thing. He's in control. This is what he's prepared his whole life for. His whole life. Guys, put yourself in Shedeur's shoes right now. He looks cool as a cucumber on TV. But put yourself in his shoes. His entire life has been building to this moment. This has been the goal that he's been working towards. The goal that lays the foundation for everything else, which is, of course, to be legendary, win a Super Bowl, win MVP, be in the Hall of Fame. It all starts with getting to start as a professional. It doesn't happen without making an NFL team and earning the right to start. And he has. Whatever you want to say about it being preseason, whatever you want to say about him being fourth string up until this point, the coaches know. They know what's about to happen. They've seen it in training camp. You guys have seen the videos, the behind the scenes. We know what's about to happen. It's just a matter of letting history play out. And it's 5 o'clock. It's game time. They are showing the pre-roll, the NFL pre-roll right now on the screen, basically getting ready for kickoff. As the game starts, we have the live game updates on the screen, so you'll be able to see where we are in the game to make sure that we're synced up. We should be live for those of you watching live. They're back to showing Shedeur warming up. Looks dialed in, man. Hello, Shirley. Great to see you, Shirley. What's up, TDC? Let me get these spammers out of here. Let's go, Shedeur. Let's go. I'm as excited for tonight as I am the Georgia Tech game. And man, it's been a long wait since last season, you guys. It's been too long. I always get dehydrated in these live streams, and it is so hot and dry out here right now. I'm going to have to drink water throughout this, so bear with me. I hope I have some calls for I'm just smiling because Shedeur's given the wrist. He's on the Panther at the 50, jogging, dancing a little bit while he jogs, and throwing the wrist up. Deion Sanders' statement, I'm praying for him, and God has set him up and placed him in the perfect position that he needs to be in. It's going to be a problem after tonight, though. I promise you that. I agree. Coach Prime knows. We all know. Let's see it. The announcers are still talking. Shedeur still warming up. The game should start any minute, guys. And the only agenda here tonight is to hang out with you guys and watch what happens and cheer for a great kid, a really solid young man. That's what needs to be said. Is a lot of us are fans of Shedeur because of his character, his work ethic. You all see what he does with communities behind the scenes, whether it was while he was here in Boulder or since he's been in Cleveland. That's what he's been doing his whole life. That's who he is as a person. He's kind when he meets people. He's present. He's humble in the right sense. Like, of course, he's got his dad's pride, and the haters say cocky. But when have you ever heard him talk down on anybody else? There's nothing wrong with believing in yourself, and that's what Coach Prime represents. That's what Shedeur represents. That's a healthy level for young men to hold themselves to a standard, to believe that they are capable of living up to an ideal, to principles that we're so sorely missing in society and culture right now. So, I've always been a fan of football, but not a fan, not doing live streams the whole time that I went to Clemson and cheered for Clemson, loved Clemson football, never got into it in the same level. And a lot of it was the behind the scenes stuff from Well Off Media. As you guys if you haven't seen Well Off Media, but you have seen Hard Knocks on HBO, I loved Hard Knocks. Even when I had kind of fallen out of watching the NFL as often, I would watch Hard Knocks every season because I loved the story. I loved the hearing about the unsigned free agents or the late round draft picks showing out in training camp or fighting to make a team, or the veterans fighting. I loved all the stories. And Well Off Media brought something that Hard Knocks could have only ever dreamed of. And then being here in Boulder while all that happened, like I said, it made me more of a fan than I have been before. So I think some of you guys are in the same boat. Man, I'm putting all these I'm putting the spammers in timeout. So sorry when I don't catch them before they go a little crazy. But AG says that Shedeur will shut down all the shenanigans that are going on around him, put them to shame. Let's go, Shedeur. Agreed. The spammers, man. Wow. That's okay. They post, we block. Panda Bear. What's up, Panda? All right. Shedeur's still warming up on the sideline. Haven't kicked off yet. You will see the website on the screen is live, guys. So if you're not watching the game, once the game starts, all the stats, the what quarter we're in, what the score is, how much time is left will be on the screen so that you can sync up wherever you're watching, or you'll know where this video is at if you watch it back later. And we're just eagerly waiting, guys. We're just here to document Shedeur's first NFL start and expect it to be legendary, going up against Bryce Young and the Panthers. Jimmy Horn Jr. Hopefully we'll get to ball out tonight. It was amazing to see LeJohntay. Woo! I screamed so loud, y'all. I think I might have given our neighbors a heart attack. They might have thought an emergency was happening. I couldn't believe it was real. As I was watching it on TV, his first touch was what, 25, 30-yard return that was like he was in traffic. He should have been wrapped up, and he did what LeJohntay does and turned it into a huge return. And I was going crazy like, it's his first touch in the NFL ever. I cannot even, like, I was just losing it. And then his second touch ever, that punt return for a touchdown, I was screaming, y'all. And I'll try to control myself if Shedeur does something like that tonight, because I don't think your ears would appreciate it if it was on a microphone, just like my neighbors probably didn't appreciate it too much watching LeJohntay last night. But hey, man, they're good. These are good young men. All right, here comes kickoff. The Panthers are kicking off to the Browns. So Shedeur gets the ball first, and we're awaiting kickoff. Everybody's set. We're just waiting on the ref to give the signal, and we'll be off. What's up, E. Mitchell, Oxford, Georgia in the house. Greetings to you in Oxford, Georgia from Boulder, Colorado. Let's go, Shedeur. Let's go, Jimmy Horn. You know, we're here to see. I'm here to see our buffs, and whoever you guys are here to see, let's watch this together. Here goes a kickoff. And guys, I don't know all the Browns players like I know the Buffs players. So, but I can read the closed caption. So Davis takes the return across the 20. Here comes Shedeur, guys. This is the first little bit of, like, he doesn't look nervous, but I see a little bit of an edge. Oh, and the fans are hype. We got fans in the stands. They're you know, this energy. That's how I feel. And so it's making me, it's contagious, y'all. We all want good people to do well, and Shedeur is a good young man. Here we go, shotgun formation. Shedeur's first snap in the NFL. And it's a handoff up the middle for 6 yards. All right. Hey, let's get the running game going so we can get the passing game going. All right, man, this is exciting. Shedeur's in the huddle, calling the play. Back in shotgun formation. Let's go. Every now and then, if I start sounding like an announcer, I might just read the closed captions out loud so that I can actually. Ooh, first pass in the NFL. Hit number 16 right in the hands, and he dropped it. The announcers are saying it's high, but nah. He had his hands like this. It hit him in both hands. Former Panther Deontay Johnson let Shedeur down for that first rep, but that's okay. That was a good pass. The announcer said high, but I disagree. It hit him right in the hands, hit him right in the face. This is exciting, y'all. I hope you guys are excited as I am. All right, Shedeur back out of the shotgun and complete right to the. It's gonna be close to a first down. The ref is marking it a little bit short. They may measure it. Great throw on a stop route to the tight end, Caden Davis, or slot receiver. What a great throw. He's spinning the ball, y'all. He's throwing it hard, and Davis, it hit him in the hands and bounced out, and he caught it. The first slant route that he threw, likewise, hit the receiver right in the hands, but he was zipping it, y'all. I was always impressed. He had a lot of touch at CU, but you would see him zip it when he needed to, but he's putting some extra mustard on it in the NFL from those two passes, just my point of view from what I've seen. All right, so they punted to the Panthers, and Blackshear stumbles, goes down at the 8-yard line. Good coverage by the Browns. I just want to see the defense get the ball back to Shedeur. That's what I'm here for. I want to see what Jimmy does. Hopefully he gets to play on offense for the Panthers, and that will help me with waiting for each series that Shedeur gets. But hey, first series looks good. The slant should have been caught. The second pass was good, and if the guy wouldn't have kind of double clutched it, he probably could have fallen across the first down line and gotten that first down. So the throws look good. And hey, he has a lot more time in the backfield than he did at Colorado. Both of those throws, he was like comfortable. That was so much time relative to what Shedeur is used to having. Yeah, let's see if Jimmy gets the ball here. All right. Just hanging out, guys. Post your thoughts down in the chat. If you watched media today, let me know any of the thoughts that you had for media day. Let us know where you're tuning in from, who you're here to see. I suspect most of you guys are here to see the Buffs like I am, Jimmy and Shedeur. And right now the Panthers have the ball. Is the game clock and the score will be on the screen for the whole stream. And you'll be able to see exactly where we are in the game, who's got the ball. Right now the Panthers have the ball. And where does it show what down it is on here? Let's see. Okay, here we go. That'll be a little, yeah, there we go. That's a better view. All right. Oh, should have been a sack. And it was a sack. Second effort. Dowdle. Again, guys, I'm not a Browns fan. I don't know the Browns players. I don't know the Panthers players. I'm here to see Shedeur and Jimmy Horn. And always will appreciate seeing good football. So still like to watch a game. I'll watch any game, really, if I don't have anything to do. I like to, if they're evenly matched teams or if it's a competitive game. But I'm here to see the NFL debut of our guy, Shedeur Sanders, and the Panthers are punting back to the Browns. So we got Shedeur's second ever NFL series coming up shortly. And I'm tempted to read the closed captions so I'll know the names of these players, but I'm already realizing that the closed captions are wrong. Like it said, whoever, it keeps misspelling their names. So, all right, we got a commercial break. Let me block the streamers, put them in timeout for 24 hours. Panda, you here to see Shedeur and Jimmy as well. Panda from our guy Harry B and the TLP Sports Club, which is one of my favorite shows to watch on YouTube, guys. I love TLP Sports Club. I watch it live whenever I can. I call in whenever I can. I get in the chat whenever I can, just like I do on DNVR, the pregame show with anything Uncle Neely's doing, anything Dukes the Scoop is doing, anything Big Dog Chico is doing. Sometimes we go live at the same time, and that is what it is. But those are, other than obviously the GOATs, Well Off, Reach the People, which they don't really go live, but you guys already know. But I know Panda from TLP Sports, and shout out to Harry B. I love that channel, man. And anyway, we're on commercial break, guys. When the game comes back, yeah, there it goes. It will show up at the website that's on the screen. And right now, Shedeur is about to have his second series. In his first series, he threw 2 passes. The first one was a slant that should have been caught. The announcer said it was high, but the receiver had his hands here, and it hit him in his hands. So, I mean, high, if this is perfect, it was here. And he zipped it, and it went right through the receiver's hands. Second pass he threw was a stop route to the slot receiver. Perfect timing. Again, zipped it. The receiver double clutched it, fell down right short of the first down line. They had to punt it. It was 4th and less than 1. But the Browns looked like they had some faith in their defense, which proved to be well-founded as they held Carolina to a 3-and-out. And they're showing Shedeur's stats, y'all. Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, first team All Big 12, All Pac-12 Newcomer of the Year. And there were even some more that I missed before they took it away. I don't want to rewind it because Shedeur's in the huddle, literally about to take his second series in the NFL. So let's see what happens, y'all, as we block the streamers. Streamers are the spammers are impressive. All right, Shedeur's in the shotgun. Screen pass to the running back for 14 yards to Williams. So there you go. He's 2 for 3, probably about 24 yards. Fans are hyped, just like we are. I wish I didn't have to keep putting the spammers, blocking them. Could just focus on the game. All right, here we go. First down. Shedeur from the shotgun. Right across the 50. Drops back, tons of time. Throws, threw a go ball down the sideline. Receiver Johnson wanted pass interference. The refs didn't call it. Definitely some contact. Nevertheless, incomplete pass. And that's what I'm waiting for. You guys know Shedeur throws dime long balls. He has some of the best touch on go routes and deep slants, deep posts of any quarterback that I've ever watched. So we got, all right, Shedeur under center. I don't know if it's very rare that I've seen, especially in the last 2 years at Colorado. I don't know. There might have been like a victory formation under center, but I don't know if there were ever any actual plays under center that were not victory formation or something like that. So that will be interesting to see. But you all know that, like I know, this young man is prepared, and I think we're going to see legendary things tonight. All right, 3rd and 9, crucial. Let's get this first down. Keep this drive going. Show them why you're QB1. Avoids a sack, scrambling for the first down and more. Slides safely. Giving him the wrist. Let's go. The crowd is hype. Shedeur could have been sacked, sidestepped. The linebacker coming around the end and just easily picks up the first down and slides before any of the defenders can hit him. It's a beautiful thing, man. I mean, he's just looking like he's been in the NFL for a couple of years, y'all. Let's go. Let's keep it up. 1st and 10 from the Panthers 35. Shotgun, fake handoff reverse. And Carolina is not having it. That's a 3-yard loss on the reverse. Don't know if that was bad blocking, bad play call, but the Panthers were not having any of that. Davis, the receiver who got the reverse, got picked up and pretty well body slammed for a 3-yard loss. All right, Shedeur under center. 2nd and 12, drops back. Plenty of time. Almost takes a sack, avoids it. Ooh! He had the either the tight end or the running back a little short of the first down and would have gotten it if Shedeur made the throw, but he threw it a little high. That was a bad throw. But he was scrambling. Still, he'd love to have that throw back. Not typical. That might have been a little nerves right there because that would have been clutch. We got 3rd and 12. Debbie C. What's up, Debbie? Good to see you. All right, Shedeur from shotgun, 3rd and 12. Let's go, Shedeur. Perfectly thrown, slant route. Come on, receiver. Again, I don't know these Browns players' name, y'all. I'm here to see Shedeur and Jimmy Horn. But number 80, Jamari Thrash. I'm reading the closed captions. Sometimes they get the names wrong, but I'm here to see Shedeur. Bear with me. I know some of you guys are too. That would have been another crucial 3rd down to get. We might have gotten into field goal range. Okay, we're going for it. 4th and 1. 4th and 1. Going for it. Let's go. Let's go, Shedeur. It's 4th and a long one. Looks like 4th and 2. Shedeur by himself in the backfield, shotgun formation. Here we go. Drops back. He's got pressure in his face. Oh, no. He's doing the drift. He might have thrown that away. It might be intentional grounding. But if we have any critique of Shedeur over the years, it's those drift back sacks that he takes. And he can just get 20 yards behind the line like that, doing his spin moves. And it looks like he got away with that one, and they'll just turn the ball over on downs from the line of scrimmage. So, all right, we got a commercial break, guys. Get the spammers out of here. Man, they got so many accounts because you put them in timeout for 24 hours. It doesn't let me just it doesn't let me just straight let's see. Yeah, I don't have okay. I can permanently ban them from the channel. But yeah, where you guys tuning in from? We're on a commercial break. The screen on, or our screen on the screen right here, will update as the game progresses. When it's on commercial break, sometimes it goes to black. While the game is on, it will show the progress of whichever team has the ball. There you go. Just like that. So we're here to see the NFL debut of Shedeur Sanders, guys, and Jimmy Horn. We haven't seen Jimmy yet. Hopefully we'll get to see him on this offensive series for the Panthers. And basically just here to wish our Buffs all the best and document what I think is going to be a legendary career for Shedeur Sanders. He already looks, other than the last play, I mean, he didn't take the sack, so give credit where credit's due. But started to get nervous. Before that, he looked like he'd been in the league a couple of years. And I don't think any of us that follow Shedeur expect anything less, but I'm ready to see fireworks. That's what we're here for. I expect them. You expect them. We already had a go ball down the sideline that could have been explosive. The receiver wanted pass interference, didn't get called. Nevertheless, 2 pretty good series for Shedeur. Let's see what Shedeur's stats are right now. 3 for 7, 30 yards, so we need to pick that up. But he will. He's getting it dialed in. He's getting in rhythm. A couple of those incompletions could have been catches. One bad throw he made a little high, but man, first game ever. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. And the Browns are controlling field position. Panthers haven't done anything yet. They're throwing a go ball, and they got it. So Panthers trying to make a move. Oh, Tetaroa McMillan. Okay, that's cool. Bryce Young to Tetaroa McMillan. How many yards was that? They were 25 across the 50 to the 45. So 30-yard ball there. Bryce Young to Tetaroa McMillan. Nicely done. Credit where it's due. We got a Panthers run up the middle from Hubbard. Got about 6 yards there. TDC, me too. All right. I'll do a chair down. I'll save it. But yeah, well, I'm with you. You guys see me looking down. I'm just blocking the spammers. All right. Good stop there by the Browns on second down. Hubbard again stopped right at the line of scrimmage. We got a fight going on. Panthers helmet comes off. Who is that? Number 17 for the Panthers. It happens. Hey, they're playing hard in game one of the preseason. You like to see that. No, they're not phoning it in. And a lot of these guys are playing for their positions. They're playing for their careers. So I do like some of that competitiveness that comes out in the pregame that sometimes can be lacking in the NFL in the early season, middle season, before people start getting in the playoff hunt. That's why I tend to gravitate towards college football, because especially up before the players got paid, and I'm all for players getting paid. Like, I've always been for them getting paid, but it still changes that intensity, the emotion. Players can transfer schools, whenever now. There used to be that like extreme loyalty and pride that made college football games so intense, and it still does. It's still there. But as soon as you add money, inevitably, which we should, again, it's just a trade-off. It's like, okay, well, they should get paid. If we add money, it's going to take a little bit of the intensity and urgency away from some of the games. But at the same time, everybody playing at this high of a level is trying to leave a lasting imprint. They're trying to make a name for themselves. They want to make the Pro Bowl, et cetera, et cetera. So, we're still talking about the most competitive football players in the world, in the NFL. So keep saying it, but credit where it's due. Let's see where we're at. Just waiting for Shedeur to get the ball or to see Jimmy Horn on the Panthers offense. The refs have been sorting out whatever happened in that fight. I got to listen to it on mute because the audio would trigger a copyright. I am reading the captions at the same time. I can't trust the captions too much because they keep getting players' names wrong. But really just waiting to see what Shedeur does, guys. Waiting to see Shedeur play and blocking spammers. Okay, so Jenkins for the Browns is out of the game. Whatever happened. All right, Panthers have the ball on the Browns. Third Browns went offside, free play, incomplete pass. But they will get the 5-yard penalty and keep their drive alive. Let Shedeur play from behind. That's what needs to happen. Let the Panthers put some points up and let Shedeur play from behind, get that sense of urgency, and do what he does. He's got a lot of time in the pocket. He's got to love this pro offensive line because it's night and day the time that he has in the backfield compared to in the past with the Buffs. All right, the Browns bow up there on 1st and 10. Stuffing a run up the middle for no gain. as you guys can see on the little ESPN graphic we have on the screen. Should be able to keep track of exactly where we are in the game as we're watching it live. We got 2nd and 9 for the Panthers at the Browns' 31-yard line. Hoping to see Jimmy Horn for the Panthers, and then just waiting to see all of Shedeur's reps tonight. And another completion for a first down at Shedeur McMillan. 2 big catches for Shedeur McMillan already in the game. Looking like a good choice there for the Panthers. Shedeur's on the sideline, locked into the game. You can tell he's watching the Jumbotron, trying to see what the Panthers do. Hopefully the Browns can get a turnover here, hold them to a field goal. Another completion from Bryce Young. Going to be another first down to the 8.5-yard line for the Panthers. They are looking to score. They are driving. Haven't seen Jimmy Horn Jr. yet. Looking to see Jimmy Horn for the Panthers and see how Shedeur does tonight. All right, Bryce Young under center, 1st and goal from the 8. Run up the middle, 3-yard gain. To the 5. About 4 minutes left in the first quarter. 2nd and goal. Bryce Young out of the shotgun from the 5. Let's get a turnover, Browns. Let's go. Bryce Young misses Shedeur McMillan on the slant. It hit at least one of his hands, but that was a heater. Just right through his hands in the end zone. 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal for the Panthers. Tonight, for the first time in my life, I am a Browns fan. Sorry, Jimmy. I won't be sad. I gotta pull for Shedeur, man. Even against Jimmy. I love Jimmy, but tonight I'm a Browns fan. All right, 3rd and goal. Bryce Young under pressure, out of the shotgun. Touchdown. Touchdown, Jalen Coker. All right, Shedeur playing from behind. Let's see what he does. See how he responds. Let's go, coach. Call some good plays for our guy. Yeah, Panda, we all Browns for a night anyway. Any night Shedeur's starting, we're a Browns fan. And my loyalty follows Shedeur. Some people say this game is to advertise him to other teams. I don't think so. I feel, man, I don't know. I don't like the word scripted. I don't like conspiracy theories, but weird stuff follows the Sanders, man. Weird little things. You know, the draft slide was ridiculous. And then all of a sudden he's starting. I know it was injuries or whatever, but it feels kind of like a TV. It feels like a well, the well-off videos aren't scripted, so it just feels like a movie. But hopefully that's just random fate working out for a good dude who has good karma. And I want this night to be legendary for him, like LeJohntay had. Man, what a night for LeJohntay. Can we just talk about LeJohntay Wester for a second? Because You guys who have seen the live streams that we do at different Buffs events have seen LaJohntay several times. There was even one, maybe a couple of the pregame warm-ups that we did live where we met LaJohntay's lady, who I think now they're married or it's his fiance. But they're just such nice people, man. All of these young men that Coach Prime recruits that he brings to Boulder, they're just stand-up people, and you got to root for good people to do well. In a world where so many scumbags succeed and do well, it's awesome to see good people succeed. And LaJohntay, on his first touch in the NFL, the punt return went for like 30 yards, 28 yards. He was hammed up. He should have been dropped for no gain. And he made LaJohntay moves and slid down the sideline. First touch ever as an NFL player. Catching a punt. If you guys have ever caught a punt in any game from Pop Warner to middle school, high school, JUCO, D1, I don't think we have any pros that watch this channel. We've had several former Buffs players, but you know how intense catching a punt is anytime. Imagine LaJohntay, same as we were talking about Shedeur earlier. Your life has been culminating to this moment. Everything you've been saying that you wanted to do since you were a young man is play in the NFL. It's happening. First game of the season, you're in the lights. You're getting a punt. To take it for 30 yards when he was bottled up, and then second touch ever, takes it for an 83-yard touchdown. It's legendary, man. Those, especially if he has a legendary career, people will talk about that debut for the rest of LaJohntay's life. So Shedeur has a chance to do something like that tonight, to come in and write his own biography, as somebody in the chat said earlier, write his own story. It's in his hands now, and he's behind, and it's time for Shedeur to take control of the story and control the narrative and start putting this legendary career in the record books one game at a time. All right, here we go. Shedeur's taking the field. They're showing some of the highlights from his first couple of series. Threw some really good balls. He had a really good scramble for a first down, avoiding a sack. Hey, Corleone. I was joking the other day. I said, hey, maybe I'm going to try to walk on next year. And totally joking, but the guys inspired me to get my give back, you know? So I'm still got goals. I'm still trying to get on Swayze's level one day. All right, Shedeur, who's number 82, completed a pass, looks about 5 yards. Brandon Bates. Another great throw. His timing is on. I mean, perfect timing is a thing for a reason. And Shedeur prides himself on timing. That's why you see him working the late nights, in the rain, whatever. He is just always working. Walking around Boulder, you'd see him and some of the guys at Boulder High School just practicing on the field with nobody paying attention. Here we go. We got a run through the right side of the line for a first down from Marshall. So, all right, guys, we're driving. We got 2 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Panthers are up 7. Shedeur's back in the game. And we got a 1st and 10. We need to answer here, Shedeur. Let's go. Panda says his Hard Knock story will be legendary. Absolutely. Man, I don't know how it could get better than Well Off, but I love Hard Knocks too. All right, we got is this Marshall again, going around the left side for maybe 4 yards, few yards. Yeah, Corleone, I've been talking about that, but that's a great point. Is Shedeur has time. You can already see in this game, he's got more time than he's had in the last 2 years, for sure, for sure. He looks very comfortable, and it does not take him long to make his reads and get the ball out. It happens so fast. He's not just throwing it to the first receiver he looks at. He's read, boom, ball is out. And he's got time, and that's all this young man has ever needed. And if you know, you know. All right, we got a screen pass. Man, come on, let him throw down the field. They tried a reverse, and they got stuffed for a 2 or 3 yard loss earlier. They just tried a screen route, and the receiver didn't get any blocking. The defensive backs were all over it, and now we've got 3rd and 7. I don't like that play call. All right, Shedeur, 3rd and 7 from the shotgun. Drops back, got time. Miscommunication there. Either the receiver didn't run the right route, or Shedeur was expecting the receiver to slide out, and the receiver stopped. And I can't tell by who the coach is looking at. Shedeur's face, to me, looks like that might have been Shedeur's bad, but I have no idea. Trying to read his facial expression and the receivers. Neither one of them made a gesture or anything. They both just kind of looked like that was an obvious mistake. All right, so the Browns punting it back to the Panthers. Who we got? Oh, Panthers fumble the punt. Browns pick it up. Take it to the 3 yard line. Let's go. Shedeur about to have the ball on the 3 yard line, thanks to some special teams, as Coach Prime likes to say. All right, that's a gimme right there. Let's see who dropped this for the Panthers, number 23. Anyway, it's Brown's ball. Shedeur's going to have it about the 3 yard line. Let's go. Let's get back in the game. He's been money on these slant routes and the stop routes. Just call. Also hitting the running back in the flat. So let's have all those options in the end zone for our guy right now. Here we go. Shedeur's stats right now, 5 for 10, 33 yards. Here's a chance to make it 6 for 11, 36 yards and a touchdown. Let's go for that. Let's go, Shedeur. All right, Shedeur's in the huddle. 1st and goal. Sign on TV says Shedeur Sanders, the people's choice. Want to win, put 12 in. There you go. We love to see it. Okay, they're on the 10 yard line. I guess the guy who recovered it stepped out of bounds where I thought they were on the 3. Okay, 10 yard line, shotgun, handoff. Running back does a good job, Marshall, of avoiding a loss and getting a couple of yards. It could have been a loss, but he ends up gaining a couple yards with a nice stiff arm and a little stop move, and then gets forced out at the boundary. All right, 2nd and goal. It's going to be about the 8 yard line. This will be Shedeur's 4th series with the ball. Thanks to punt coverage, special teams, and the Panthers punt returner dropping the punt, and Browns recover it. And we're at a commercial break. So when we come back, Corleone says Shedeur about to get a rushing touchdown. He could. He definitely could. I haven't been crazy about the play calls yet, but it's early, so I'm going to hold off. I think some of the play calls might be as much about letting the other team see some variety as it is about the actual play call itself, because it's early in the game. They may be trying to bait the defensive coordinator into assuming certain things and switch it up as the game progresses. But so far, what we've seen from Shedeur looks good to me. A couple of not great throws, but man, compared to so many, I mean, I feel like we always hold Shedeur to the highest of high standards. We expect greatness because that's what he's shown us. That's what he says he expects from himself. That's what Coach Prime expects from him. That's what he has always consistently given us. And many, many times we see him figure out a defense for 2 or 3 quarters. I mean, it's just a cliche at this point. Shedeur is so good at reading defenses and understanding the scheme and what the other team is trying to do. And like any chess match, they can only hide their strategy for so long. Eventually, Shedeur's like, oh, okay, I see this trick, I see this trick, I see. You can only prepare so much for one game. So at a certain point in the game, you've seen most of what the other defense is going to use as their strategy against you. And nobody that I've seen is better at picking apart that chess game than Shedeur. So it's very normal to see the first, second quarter him figure out, okay, what's going on? What are they doing? And he doesn't turn the ball over. He doesn't he doesn't throw interceptions. Very, very rare for Shedeur to throw an interception, especially one that's his fault. The only thing we have seen in the past that could kind of be on him is those long drifting sacks that he could take, like 20, 30-yard sacks. He avoided one of those already this game. Okay, we got 2nd and goal. Shedeur's under center. We're back in the game. 15 minutes to go, second quarter. Fakes the handoff. Boot rolls out to the left. Great pass, touchdown. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That was beautiful. That's what we wanted to see. Oh, man, he threw it between 3 defenders, y'all. I'm waiting for the replay. But I was worried about that pass, and I was like, in my head, like, now he knows what he's doing. The receiver goes up for it, makes the grab. Beautiful first touchdown throw. Ooh. Between 2 defenders all day with a third trailing. Oh, only the receiver, 89, had even a chance at the ball. Moving across the back of the end zone from Shedeur's right to left. Perfect throw. Only his guy had a chance. Touchdown number 1 for Shedeur. Guys, that was a mild reaction. I held back more than 100%. If I wasn't on a live stream right now, I would have gone even crazier than that. One of my best friends is texting me, "What a throw!" Exclamation point. He's watching the game too. What a throw. That was a throw right there. That was a dot. Quan. Let's go. The accuracy we know he got. We know. There it is. Panda says he's getting comfortable. There you go. That was Shedeur right there. Man. Yeah, he threw it with authority, man. He followed through. He zipped it. He threw it right to his target. Again, only his receiver had a chance at that ball, and it was chef's kiss, y'all. He's not giving this job back. He's not giving it back. I said it in the short a few days ago. I said, wait, it's going to be a lock. He's going to get the job. Y'all ain't getting this position back. I don't know what the truth is of how this start ended up happening, if it was always going to happen this way or if it really was injuries. But I told you as soon as they announced it, he's not giving it back. Will they give other quarterbacks a chance to play? Yeah, probably. And to say, okay, it's obvious we have to play Shedeur, or Shedeur's going to play so lights out that they don't even give the other guys a chance, and they end up trading, 1 or 2 of the other guys. But that's the whole point of the stream. I said it 15 minutes before the game started. Has tonight been legendary yet? No, not yet. That's 1 touchdown. We're not unrealistic here, but it is the beginning of seeing the prediction come true. That's what it is. Right now, he's 6 for 11, 40 yards, 1 TD. I'm looking for legendary stats for the rest of the game. Like I said before the game started, and he's been figuring out the defense. They've been figuring out the play calling, and they got a gift right there. He got to start at the 10-yard line when they had turned over the ball, but that's what special teams are about, and you need a quarterback when your special teams put you in a position. You need a quarterback that is not going to throw a pick in the end zone. You need a quarterback that, because the end zone, the defense gets compressed. The players only have so far they can drop back. So you got to really trust your quarterback in the red zone. And, even if you have a great running game, you need to have a passing threat. And we know what Shedeur has got, and he's showing us right there. And again, we're just getting started, but that's what we needed to see to get back on track for the prediction of a legendary NFL debut for Shedeur Sanders that we made. As soon as they announced this days ago, I said he's not giving the job back. 15 minutes before the game, said he's going to have a legendary night, even better than what LeJohntay had. And we haven't seen that yet, but this is how it starts. In the second quarter, precision strike, capitalizing on a touchdown, no stress, no drama. The special team gets you the ball. Your quarterback punches it in. Let's go play defense. Now defense playing good. 3rd and 7. Panthers have the ball. Dalton from the shotgun drops back. He's going to scramble maybe. Oh, he really didn't want to run. Throws a good pass. They're going to get the first down at the 50 if he had possession, if he made the catch, with the ref is saying that he did. Browns are saying that he bobbled it. Replay is iffy. I don't know if they give him to that on replay. The Panthers got the snap off, so the play counts. Jimmy Horn. All right, let's go, Jimmy. All right, we got a first down. A 9-yard pass to Jimmy Horn. First catch. First touch of Jimmy Horn's NFL career, y'all. And we're here for that too. Let's see. They're showing Shedeur. I don't know if he realized that was Jimmy that caught the ball, because he didn't have much of a reaction on the sideline. But Jimmy Horn Jr. with his first NFL catch goes for 9 yards, y'all. And we love to see that. We wish Jimmy great success. And he's in the game. Jimmy Horn is in the game. We got him in the slot. He's in motion. Panthers try to run it to the left side of the line, and they're stopped for a yard loss. There's a flag on the play. Panda says that wasn't Jimmy, but I swear that was Jimmy. I'm going to have to rewind it. Are you sure, Panda, before I rewind it? I'm going to rewind it. If you're wrong, Panda, then next time I'm not going to rewind it. If you're right, I'll give you credit. That was Jimmy. That was Jimmy. Yeah, he did just make a catch. I'm watching it right now on TV. You need to rewind, my guy. Jimmy just made a 9-yard catch. Number 5 had the bobble catch that they counted, and the very next play is 9 yards to Jimmy Horn. Well, here we go. Where are the stats at? Now you're going to have me on a delay trying to... Okay, all right. We agree now. All right, I got to catch back up to live. Hey, man, I've been wrong before, and the video stays up, so I don't want to be an idiot and talk about Jimmy's first catch if it wasn't. But we rewinded it. It was Jimmy. Got a 9-yard catch. It should show up in the stats here. Play by play. Here we go. Here we go. Right here. Second one. A. Dalton pass short left to Jimmy Horn. All right. Panthers are punting again. We're back live. Blocking the spammers. One at a time. Why are they spamming a channel that's got 14 people watching? What is that? I'm sure there's a live stream with hundreds of viewers you could be spamming, but I guess they spam everybody. It's probably a bot. Okay, I gotta get my head back in the game, y'all. But I'm here to see Shedeur. I'm here to see Jimmy. That's why I'm here. I've made that clear from the beginning. This isn't going to be any kind of professional level broadcast or anything like that. This is a fan of Shedeur and Jimmy, Coach Prime and the Buffs, rooting for our guys in their first ever NFL showing. That's what this is all about. So, I'm going to do my best. We got 11-11 on the clock in the second quarter. Lucky 11-11. It is tied 7-7, and Shedeur is about to start his 5th series in the NFL. And so far, let's pull his stats back up here. 6 for 11, 40 yards, and a TD. Looking good. Looking like he's already been in the league. Man, and the touchdown throw, perfection. All right, let's see what he's got next. Pandas as a sign of things to come, absolutely. We're predicting a legendary game followed by a legendary career. Okay, we're repunting 4th and 24. And commercial break. All right, so we've seen Shedeur look very much himself, very more time in the pocket than we've seen in 2 years. And with his ability to read defenses so quickly, whether it is after the snap or as the game progresses, because there's both. There's pre-snap reading the defense. There's after the snap, all the chaos starts, trying to, see through the chaos and read the defense. There's that level of reading the defense. And then there is understanding what the defense is scheming over the course of a game, what they're trying to do, what they're trying to bait you into, what they're trying to make you believe. And nobody is better at that, at least at his level. I mean, if we're not going to start comparing him to NFL great players out of all the rookies, even to me, Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward had way better offensive lines to play behind than Shedeur, and Shedeur got used to reading things out of necessity, maybe even faster than Cam Ward. And whatever, I know people will say whatever they want to about Shedeur versus Cam Ward, but give me Shedeur every time. I'll take Shedeur every time. And I guess this video will be part of my prediction. And I want the best for Cam Ward. I hope Cam Ward wins MVP. I hope he wins Super Bowls. I hope he has a legendary career. But if I'm putting my money on who's going to have the best NFL career, I'm picking Shedeur. So we'll see. But that's another reason for this video is I just like to document these things, whether I'm right or I'm wrong. And so far, a lot of the predictions I made about the Colorado players last year, including the wins for the season, people told me that I was crazy before last season that I said Colorado would win 9 or 10 games. And you see, they did. And over time, hopefully I will have a little bit of a track record of I'll just be able to pull out these clips and be like, hey, this is what I said was going to happen. I know football. I know football players. Shedeur is going to be a legendary quarterback. Here we go. 5th series of Shedeur Sanders' NFL career in the shotgun, backed up to his own goal line, handoff up the middle, goes for maybe 2 yards. Just trying to get him some breathing room, backed up against their own goal line. And right now, Shedeur 6 for 11, 40 yards with a touchdown. Panda was one of the ones that said I was crazy last year. But hey, over on the TLP Sports Club is all good. We keep it real. We say what we really believe. We argue with our chests out, and then we see what happens, and we give credit where it's due, whether we're right or wrong. Okay, Shedeur throws an out route. Good throw, kind of a scary throw, because that's one that can get picked off for a pick six if you are not driving that ball across the field. The receiver makes a nice catch. Rookie out of South Carolina. Who is that? Number 84 for the Browns. And we've got 3rd and 3, guys. This is crucial. 3rd and 3, backed up in their own territory. I imagine, unlike Colorado, they're going to run the ball here, so we need a first down. They're at their own 13-yard line. Shedeur's in shotgun formation, 3rd and 3. They are going to pass it. And Shedeur throws a dot. Number 37 makes the catch, and then he fumbles it. They might call him down. There's also a flag. A lot of stuff going on in this play. Let's see what happens. Corleone says they lit a different fire in 12 with the draft. He is coming for every record, I promise. Let's go. Let's go. I believe it. I'm here for it. I agree. And that's how, like Bucky said, it could turn into a good thing. And you're like, how do they turn cancer into a positive? How do they turn the whole NFL screwing you over into a positive? But the Sanders family does it time and time again, where you're just, instead of wondering how they're going to, or instead of wondering, if they're going to ever be down on themselves or they're ever going to pout or complain, like, finally, here is a reason to pout and complain. Shedeur is objectively screwed over. Nope, they turn it into a positive, and that is why I'm a fan. All right, Shedeur, 3rd and 8. Excuse me. In his own end zone. Oh, my God, throws a crossing route 20 yards down the field, back to number 84. Oh, my God, what a clutch first down. Oh, man. Wow. To the 25. He was in the end zone when he threw it. Line of scrimmage was around the 5-yard line. Throws a dot. Receiver gets open. Gets taken down after he throws it. Let's go, Shedeur. Let's go. All right, fakes the handoff. He's running. Shedeur's running. And he takes a hit and gets the first down. Let's go. Let's go. Our guy's doing it. Let's finish this drive off with a touchdown. Getting a little ahead of ourselves. But hey, we're seeing what we expected to see. We're not seeing our guy go out there and getting messed with by pros. We're not seeing him learning a lesson. We're not seeing him getting humbled. We are seeing Shedeur be Shedeur Sanders, what we have always seen him do, what all the haters said that he wouldn't do. Starting, we got 2nd and 1 from the 36, from the Browns' own 36. Hits his receiver and a short slant in the hands, and he drops it. Shedeur's been zipping some passes that have gone through some receivers' hands. Now, I put 3 of these incomplete passes 100% on the receivers, and maybe 1 or 2 other ones where it's a mix of a throw is a 7 out of 10 and the receiver doesn't catch it. But 3 of these incompletions hit his receivers like in their hand, in both hands, in 2 hands. They go for the tush push. Browns say they got it. It was 3rd and 1. And Shedeur is well across the line, so they should have the first down. Let's go, Browns. Never seen Shedeur. Can't remember seeing Shedeur with a tush push under center going into the middle of the dog pile. So definitely seeing some new things tonight. But Shedeur looks like Shedeur. He looks in control. Man, He looks like he was born for this, like he's been training his whole life for this. It's kind of like he has been. Panda says, yeah, he's comfortable now. Remember, it's the second string line. See, I don't know the Browns well enough to know if it is the second string line, but they usually play second string line in preseason. But like, some teams have been switching it up this year. Some teams have been playing some starters, pulling them out. But I just don't know the Browns at all. I'm here to see Shedeur. I'm here to see Jimmy Horn. But that is a good point. The receivers definitely giving second string, third string vibes. Shedeur from the shotgun, 2nd and 13 in the pocket. Wow. Throws it into tight coverage. Almost made the throw. Could have also been a pick. The defensive back and receiver both had a chance at that one. But he is standing in the pocket throwing strikes. Actually, the defensive back had a better chance at that ball than the receiver. He broke on the pass, could have picked that off. All right, we got to be careful. We got to finish this drive. Well, I say finish it. We haven't got to cross the 50. But 3rd and 13, Shedeur's in the shotgun, drops back. Scrambling, makes a guy miss. He's in trouble, makes 2 guys miss. He's outrunning the Panthers defenders. Nobody gets open. He gets almost back to the line of scrimmage. That was one of the reminiscent of Colorado season 1 type scrambles where he's spinning around, looping around, and sometimes he gets away with it, like right there. Sometimes those can become huge sacks when he doesn't realize somebody's coming from the other side. But he got away with this one, but it looks like the Browns are going to have to punt. And at the end of the day, protecting the ball, improving field position a little bit, but the defense is going to have to come in here, hold the Panthers, and get Shedeur the ball back. It's still tied 7-7. Jimmy Horn taking the punt. Jimmy makes a move, makes the guy miss, but ultimately he is tackled for about no gain. So, all right, we want to see Jimmy ball out. Want to see Jimmy get the ball on offense. We're here for Jimmy and Shedeur, guys. That's what we're here for. And hopefully to see a good game and the beginning of a legendary career for both Jimmy and Shedeur. All right, so we got a commercial break. We are, let's see here, 5:51 to go in the second quarter before halftime. Panthers will have the ball. Hopefully Shedeur can get one more series in before halftime. And we'll see what happens. So far, I feel like Shedeur is figuring out the defense. It seems like there's some good strategy battles going on between the offensive and defensive coordinators for both teams, trying to figure out who can get the edge on the other one first. Shedeur, obviously, when he's scrambling, making multiple guys miss while keeping his eyes downfield, and he was in a position to throw the ball, still couldn't find anybody open, means that they're calling good stuff. His receivers aren't getting open, at least on that play. But Shedeur's had 3 incomplete passes that hit receivers right dead center in their hands. So 3 that are squarely on the receivers, a couple that could arguably be on the receivers, and he's still right now 8 for 15. So he should be 11 for 15 all day, y'all. He should be 11 for 15 all day. But, you know, in a perfect world, the receivers make those catches. But as a quarterback, you deliver the ball on time, hit them in the hands. That's all you can do. And so from that aspect, he's playing like he's 11 for 15, 63 yards with a touchdown. He's playing like not a scared rookie, not an intimidated rookie. He's scrambled for 2 first downs, one where he slid easily after getting it because he had plenty of space. The other one, he took a hit to get the first down, you know, and The man does not look small out there, guys. He is every bit an NFL-sized quarterback and looks 100%. I mean, beyond 100% for a rookie at this stage. So they're interviewing Joe Flacco on the sideline. I'm going to try to read the closed captions and see what Joe Flacco is saying. Waiting for the interviewer to the closed captions say Chester Sanders. Flacco says, listen, I think he's doing a good job tonight. The thing that I'm kind of happy is that he's getting the ball out of his hands early in the down. He's also been able to show that he can move around a little bit and do those things. But I think when he's had to get the ball out of his hands, he's done that. So you're coming over to him on the bench almost after every drive. What do you think of his demeanor? I think that's one of the things I'll give him a lot of credit. You know, the moment is not too big. He's able to kind of slow things down and go at his pace and operate the way he wants to. So it's impressive. Okay, how about you? Unfortunately, there have been some injuries in the quarterback room. We never wish that on anyone, but that's meant a lot of first-team reps. Do you feel like you're taking control of this job? You know, it's a lot of fun when you're out there. You're getting a lot of reps, and I wasn't, that wasn't the case most of the offseason and a little bit in the first couple of days of camp. But yeah, when you're out getting a lot of reps, you can really start to get in the groove, and it's a lot of fun. We talk about making sure that your teammates feel strongly about who the guy is. Meanwhile, guys, the Panthers, as you can see on the screen, are driving down the field while they're interviewing Joe Flacco. So my attention is split. But hey, Joe Flacco, they're giving Shedeur as much credit as a bench starter is ever going to give a rookie. I mean, what more could Joe Flacco have said? Like, he has no critique. He's like, yeah, the kid is impressive. He's looking like that guy, and he's getting in a groove. So, yeah, Panda's concern is the play calling. I have to agree with that. And, but we'll see what we get. And I think that Shedeur is going to shine with anybody half decent calling the plays, because if you are capable of calling the play for any quarterback, it should be easier with Shedeur because of the depth at which he understands the game. He's so mentally ahead of where most rookies are that that's one of the reasons it just made me so mad. People talking about he slid because of his draft interviews. I don't even believe that, but if you want to argue that point seriously, then we can just bring out years of interviews, post-game interviews, hundreds of interviews with Shedeur with questions around reading defenses and making comebacks in big games and picking defenses apart. And you just have to not watch that tape. You have to not follow the career to not understand that there's very few NFL rookies that come into the NFL understanding the game at the level that Shedeur does. So here we go. It looks like Shedeur's about to get the ball back. It's 4th and 11 for the Panthers. Get that back on the screen. 4th and 11. Panthers are punting. Shedeur's about to get the ball. If I'm counting in my head correctly, it's going to be his 6th series with the ball. The punt is to the 25. The Browns punt returner fields it, heading to the sideline, gaining about 5-8 yards, something like that. So decent little return, decent field position for Shedeur to start around the 40-yard line. Tied 7-7. Should be Shedeur's 6th opportunity. Panda says we saw Shedeur draw plays on the sideline with Travis. Hopefully that level of autonomy and authority will come in the NFL as he proves himself. As the head coach starts to believe as much in Shedeur as the offensive coordinator, just like great quarterbacks achieve over time, that he will start to get that same clout. And it won't be about daddy ball or anything about that. It's about, that your quarterback is on the field seeing the game like nobody else. And if you trust them, if you trust your quarterback as much as you trust your offensive coordinator, you're going to listen to their play ideas, as seriously. And it's going to be more of a team effort like it was with Shedeur and Shermer, because Shedeur had earned that. And he will earn that in the NFL as well. It will come to the point in time where, you got to get to the franchise quarterback level. So there's some games to prove before we get there, but that's what we're here to predict tonight, is that Shedeur is going to have a legendary career. Tonight's going to be legendary. I know it hasn't been legendary yet, but those of us who follow Shedeur see a similar pattern in a game where he is beginning to figure out the defense. And we'll see on this drive here. Hopefully we can get some more points, and we could get into a situation where maybe the Browns start to run it up. I don't want that to happen to Jimmy, but I want that to happen for Shedeur. So maybe if we can go 14-7 before halftime. And I believe the Panthers, let's see who gets it after halftime. Let's see. Full play-by-play, go back to the first. I think the Browns got it first. So the Panthers will be getting it after halftime. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We're here to document Shedeur's first NFL debut. This, I think, is his 6th series. He's under center, 1st and 10, drops back, pressure, throws it to the running back. It's going to be a 2-yard loss. A 2-yard loss, going to be 2nd down and 12. But as Panda mentioned earlier, he is playing with a lot of second and lower string players. And he looks like a pro, y'all. He looks like Shedeur. It doesn't look like Shedeur's first NFL game. It looks like his whatever CU game, his whatever Jackson State game. It just looks like another Shedeur game. He's just wearing a different color uniform. All right, 2nd and 12. He's got time. You guys, I don't even know how to describe. He found a gap in the zone, threw perfect touch. Pass. Let's see, what kind of route was his receiver? His receiver was drifting. It's like an out, a post out. His receiver makes a one-handed catch for you over his head like this. Makes the catch. Beautiful touch, beautiful catch. 1st down, Browns. Again, Shedeur looking like Shedeur. Doing what Shedeur does. Not looking like a rookie. All right, we're at a commercial break. But, man, there we go. It's every time we need a little sign of progression, he's hitting us with the play. We just got to finish one of these drives, get some more points on the board, and then let's run it up. Let's run up the stats. Let's make the game comfortable so they just let this man start slinging the ball. Because when Shedeur starts letting it fly, it's going to be big yards, lots of touchdowns, lots of stats, which is what we predicted 15 minutes before the game started. On Wednesday, when they announced that Shedeur was started, I said he's never given this job back, y'all. It's a lock. It's a lock. Once you get Shedeur in there, it's a lock. Now, people will say it's going to be Flacco. Okay, I'm taking an underdog bet here. It would be very shocking for Shedeur to start the season as the starter, but I just believe in Shedeur Sanders. I think he's going to be so good compared to the other guys while he has the ball that whether it happens this game, next game, or by game 1 or by game 3 or 4 or 6 of the regular season, it's inevitable. He's better than all those other quarterbacks. I'm sorry. I could be wrong. It's my prediction. Let's see how their careers play out. That's the point of making this video. We can argue tonight about what a hater thinks, what a super fan thinks, but I'm documenting this so that in every year, as he's legendary and people forget that they said this or that, when his time actually came, that we knew what was going to happen from the beginning. And it's not based on superstition or hope or anything other than just seeing Shedeur do what he does for 2 years up close. And having seen other great quarterbacks that ended up going to the NFL from Clemson up close, Shedeur is better than everybody I've seen. He's better than Deshaun Watson, better than Trevor Lawrence. In my opinion, having seen every game of all of their careers, I would take Shedeur every time. I would take Shedeur every time over Cam Ward. But we'll see how the careers play out. We'll see if I'm crazy and get roasted in the future, or if I get to say told you so. But look at that throw, y'all. The fact that he had to catch it with one hand, it was still a beautiful throw. It was Shedeur dropping it on the guy in stride and dropped it in there so soft that it landed in his hand. It was an easy one-handed catch. It dropped in his hand like a stork. All right, we got a handoff, a run up the middle. Running back makes a jump cut to the left, gains 5 or 6 yards. So good run there on first down, gives us 2nd and 3, which we never had as a Buff. Shedeur never had seconds in the pocket. He never had a running game giving him 2nd and 3, consistently. That was a miracle if that happened. So he's got way more time behind this, as Panda pointed out, a second string line. Got way more time than he ever did at Colorado. And he is doing what we expected, but we needed to keep going. All right, another handoff. Running back bounces it outside, makes a great move. He's going to pick up 10 yards. Williams, number 36 for the Browns. Great running, putting him right back probably in 1st and goal territory. Let's see. No, maybe we're still around the 15-yard line. Let me see where he ended up here. About the 13-yard line. So we're close. He's doing it. Let's go. We got to close it out. You know this man is a red zone closer. Let's just see. We got to see him do it in the NFL. It's time to do it in the big leagues and show the world. Write your own story. Shedeur from the shotgun. Blitz picked up by the running back. Throws a bullet over the middle. Let's go. Let's go, Shedeur. The crowd's going crazy. They're throwing the wrists. Shedeur's dancing. He's throwing the wrists. Let's go. Yes. Oh, we got Colorado jerseys in the Cleveland Stadium. People wore their Buffs jerseys to the game. Let's go. Shedeur throws a dot over the middle. Oh, he looks off the defender. Oh, man. Throwing it between 2 defenders at different levels of the defense. A dot with authority, like he's been doing it for years. There you go. Let's go, baby. I'm so happy to see a good dude get good karma. After what happened in the draft, after all the BS of training camp, he's QB4, this and that. Whatever happens, he gets the start tonight, and he is – I almost want them to put Dylan Gabriel in. I don't want to disrespect anybody. I start talking about these other people purely out of like my want to defend Shedeur and be like, you think he's better than Shedeur? Whether you're talking about Dylan Gabriel, whether you're talking about Cam Ward, I'm ready to have that argument, but I don't want to disrespect other good players. But when you tell me that Shedeur is not the best, I say, get the bleep out of here. Got to keep it PG for the aunties. But Come on now. But we're going to see. We're going to see who's right. We're going to see who's wrong. We're going to see who knows a good quarterback even when they're a junior in college. I said 2 years ago on the channel that Shedeur was going to be a great pro, purely off of seeing him in person throw the ball. That's it. Not throwing it back and forth on the sideline, throwing routes at Boulder High School. He would be out there with guys who weren't even on CU's team. I wouldn't always know who all of them were. Sometimes it would be with Jimmy or LeJontay, but they'd be at Boulder High School after everything was shut down, and you wouldn't even know that they were there if you weren't walking on some of the walking paths in Boulder that go along the creek that go behind Boulder High's football field, and be like, yeah, there's Shedeur. Shedeur's out there just throwing. You know, it wouldn't be posted on social media or anything, and you just see the grind and be like, this kid, you can see he's Deion's son, whatever. He's the most serious college player I've ever seen in my life. And that probably is because he's Coach Prime's son. So all credit. I don't know how you are the status of Coach Prime and you raise such a grounded, disciplined, hardworking bunch of kids, but he did it. And that's why I'm a fan. I say we need more fathers. We need more men like Coach Prime. He's doing it right. We need to give him his flowers now and celebrate what he's doing while it's happening in real time in front of our faces, so some of these young kids can start to know what's what. And I predicted in Coach Prime's first year, especially after Coach Sapp came, that he's going to start a movement of players coming to Colorado just for the NFL coaching staff. And now, of course, it seems obvious, but you've got Anquin Barnes talking about in media day that he left Alabama for the NFL experience at Colorado. Imagine 3 years ago, somebody tells you that there's going to be Alabama players transferring to Colorado for the NFL coaching staff, for the Hall of Fame coaching staff. So guys, this stuff is coming to pass, and it's not hard to predict when you see it in front of your face and you've seen great quarterbacks. It's not about bias. It's not about being a homer. It's about giving credit for hard work and success. He always backed it up with the stats. He went out there with no offensive line and put up the best numbers darn near in college football. So I'm just happy right now this game is going exactly the way that we expected it to. They're showing, again, man, I'm just happy for Shedeur, but they're showing Dylan Gabriel and Deshaun Watson on the sideline, and Deshaun is like this. And Gabriel's like this. So, hey, I told you not to give this man a chance if you want to keep your job. But, hey, the best quarterback should be in the game. And this is just a preseason game. Haters, y'all don't even have to say anything. I know everything that you would say. I disagree with you. Shedeur is going to be a legend. I said it 3 days ago. I said it 2 years ago. 15 minutes before this game, he's going to have a big game. I predict it's going to be bigger than LeJontay's game, which it hasn't been yet, arguably. He's playing great. And for a quarterback to come in like this, you could argue it's already as impressive as LeJontay, because to do this as a rookie with the Browns, y'all, with the Browns B, C, D players, y'all. Let's keep it all in perspective. Ben looks like a veteran quarterback because he is. And everybody trying to sell for the last however many years that he didn't play real competition or whatever, that we finally get to shut him up, man. We finally get the final say. And this is game one. I know, it's game one. I'm saying all this as a prediction because I'm expecting to clip all of this stuff that I'm saying for the next 5 or 10 years. I'm expecting to pull all kinds of clips from the live broadcast of Shedeur's first NFL games for the rest of the time that I'm on YouTube to be like, see, I told you. And it's not just me. Anybody can document it, but we document it to prove to the hater, not to the haters over time, but to those who are trying to figure out who knows what they're talking about and who doesn't. We try to establish a track record of accuracy. And I put the track record of Love and Liberty predictions next to anybody in sports over the last 2 years of the predictions that we've made. And that includes saying 2 years ago that Shiloh will make an NFL team easily. Still remains to be seen, but I'm being honest with you guys. That's one that still remains to be seen, but I'm putting it out there because I believe it. I believe that it is true with my logical, rational, objective brain, not being a fan. Shiloh's good in life. He's a man. Anytime you run into Shiloh, he will take the selfie for you. If you were like, hey, can we get a picture, Shiloh? He's like, yeah, give me your phone. Like that kind of dude. Like pet your dog. I want great things for him for those reasons. But at the end of the day, dude is fine. He's going to have a great life. I don't need him to make it on an NFL team. He could be an actor. Shiloh could be an actor. He could be any kind of celebrity he wants. But I know good football, y'all. And if you haven't heard Headache Gang hit somebody in person, then you don't know. If you haven't heard what it sounds like when Headache Gang lowers the boom on somebody who's looking at him, you don't know. If you haven't seen Shedeur drop 50-yard dimes with touch, with ease, right into people's palms over and over again, rep after rep, till you're like, man, he really can throw it 47 yards or 52 yards, and he can throw it on a high arc. He can throw a bullet. He can lead the person in stride. He can make them hang back to prevent a defender coming the other way. You see that enough, and you just know this dude is better than almost everybody else. He's going to have a great career, and we see it, y'all. We see it happening. All right, Jack says, such a shame none of the preseason is streamed in the UK. I'd love to see my Giants play tomorrow night. Man, I wonder if you could get it with a VPN or something, but I don't know as much about that. Corleone says, nah, for real, we're watching Browns football. That should say enough. It does. That says enough. We're watching the Browns, y'all. We're watching the Browns, and we're having a good time. We're watching the Browns, and we're laughing, and we're smiling. And here goes Shedeur, y'all. 1st and 10. 4 seconds left in the second quarter. Probably just going to kneel and run the clock out here. Take it into halftime with the lead. He does. And Shedeur completes his first half in the NFL. Let's look at the stats. 11 for 18, 103 yards, 2 TDs. Hey, that's legendary. That's legendary. I'm sorry, for a rookie in their first NFL debut, half, 11, 18, 100 yards, and 2 TDs? Come on, bro. Come on. Yes, Lord. They're showing a tweet from Coach Prime. It says, yes, Lord, yes, at Shedeur Sanders. Yes, Lord, yes. Man, can you imagine as a father who's been through what Coach Prime has been through? Oh, yeah, what now? That's what Coach Prime just tweeted. Oh, yeah, what now? God is so good. Coach Prime's going off. Let him go off. Preach, Coach Prime. I am here for it. What the haters got to say now with the Browns? With the Browns backups? Come on, man. As Dukes the Scoop likes to say, come on, man. Come on. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. All right, let me block some of the spammers. All right, man. I got no plans of what to do for halftime, guys. We can just talk about whatever you want to talk about. We can look at the stats. We can recap. Right now, they're showing Shedeur's highlights. Yo, seeing his highlights in the NFL with the Browns is just like halftime for a CU game. It's like, watch how Shedeur made this, otherwise very average team have a 14-point lead. They got a 7-point lead in this game, but that's what it was for Colorado is watch with this man and Travis Hunter. And, we have our LeJohntay highlights and our Jimmy Horn highlights and Will Shepherd highlights, but Shedeur, obviously, The Rock, and Travis, The Rock. And now this is halftime highlights from Shedeur's first ever NFL game. He should be nervous. The defense should be, welcome to the NFL, youngin'. Whoa, welcome to the NFL, little guy, like rookie. Nah, man. He's as big as they are. He's running. He's taking hits. The defense respects him. You can just see the Panthers team is not, they're locked in. They're like, if we don't lock in, this kid is going to score on us. We don't have time to think anything about, this is a rookie, this is Deion's kid, this or that. He's got the Panthers defense on their heels. The whole game they've had to watch out for him. And I told you guys, the first quarter got a little slow. The second quarter, a little slow, started to pick up. I told you this is what he does. He figures out defense and he starts picking them apart as the game goes on. You see his brain, and people who don't know that that's what happens just think, oh, okay, he's struggling. Oh, he had a big second half. It's formulaic. It's systematic. He understands football strategy as well as the defensive coordinators that he's playing against, and it becomes a chess match. Shedeur, his head coach, his offensive coordinator against the other team's head coach and defensive coordinator, and give me Shedeur Sanders in that chess match as quarterback every time. Unless we want to start talking NFL GOATs, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, unless we want to start talking with guys he shouldn't even be in a conversation with at all yet, give me Shedeur until we start arguing about the GOATs. And it might be, okay, if I have to pick, Burrow tomorrow to win a game with the same team or Shedeur, okay, it might start to be a decision. But you're talking about the best of the best. And again, it's game one. I'm talking a lot of ish. He's backing it up just like I knew he would. And my claim is that he's going to keep backing it up for the rest of his career. He's going to be a legend. He's going to win Super Bowls. He's going to win Super Bowls. Unless, I think even if he stays with the Browns, he'll be the dude who does it for the Browns. Like, he's that kind of guy. If he had 4 years at CU, I think it would have been national playoff title type situations. If you let a team build around Shedeur, you've got to handicap him to play against him. You've got to give him a terrible offensive line to have a chance against Shedeur. If you give Shedeur a good offensive line, good luck. Good luck, even if you got Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow on the other side. You give them both the same offensive lines, the kid is a baller. He's proven it. He's not scared. He's not intimidated. He's rising to the moment. But it's not even like rising to the moment. It's another Shedeur Sanders game. To everybody who's been watching Shedeur all these years, it just looks like another Colorado game, man, except for more time in the pocket, a better running game, less good receivers. Give me last year's Colorado receiving core over all the Bengals receivers playing right now. Sorry, Bengals. I could be off base. Browns. I really don't even know the Browns players. If I've watched Browns games in my life, it's been very, very, very few. I'm here to see Shedeur. I'm here to see Jimmy Horn for the Panthers. I'm here to support our Buffs. But just from my takeaway today, offensive line, hey, even if you guys are second or third string, you're giving Shedeur more time than I've seen him have in the last 2 years. And same thing with the running back, which obviously those two things go hand in hand. The receivers, hey, give me LeJohntay, give me Will, give me, of course, Travis, give me Jimmy. But otherwise, Shedeur just looks like he's just unbothered, man. Like, I saw the slightest flash right before the first series of I've never seen that expression on Shedeur's face before. Is that Shedeur nervous? He doesn't look nervous, but it was a little bit different than the just, totally calm, totally relaxed that I'm used to seeing. And but it just went away, and then he was in it and started doing his thing. And as the game goes on, he's getting it more and more dialed, just like I predicted, and a lot of you guys predicted. So what a great first half. I imagine the Buffs are in the cafeteria watching the game right now, going crazy. I imagine all the guys from last year that are able to right now are watching this and just being like, told you. Jack says how he slipped and ended up at the Browns is something I fear we will never know. Yeah, we did a live stream, during that, and so like all my thoughts are documented there. But it felt wrong. It felt shady. It felt crooked. It felt rigged. It felt stupid. Like, it made me feel crazy. Like, I'm telling you guys before this game started, during the game, like, I know football. I know quarterbacks. I've been predicting this about Shedeur, that he's going to not hack it in the NFL, that he's going to make an impact as soon as he gets the ball. I've been saying this, and I'm not the only one who's been saying it. But the NFL draft had me doubting what I saw with my own 2 eyes for 2 years in person. Again, after having seen every game Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence played for Clemson, and being like, give me Shedeur every time over both of those guys. And then what happened in the draft, I'm like, sure, like, what am I? Okay, I don't work for an NFL team. I don't make a living analyzing players. But I've been around football my whole life. I know football. I told you guys, my dad was a trainer for the Colts while Marshall Faulk was there for the Pacers at the same time. So in the Reggie Miller, Rick Smits, Jalen Rose era, I grew up seeing professional athletes, hearing high-level commentary, seeing body sizes, in person, and then seeing them go out on the field, and how different types of muscularity or body types translated to success or struggles. And everything I saw with Shedeur is like, this guy is the best in college football. And so the draft had me doubting everything that I've known and believed my whole life. But then after it was over, you start seeing the training camp videos, you realize that the NFL is really run like a cartel. I mean, it is, you have the greatest of all time that have to watch what they can say to not get in the bad side of the NFL. And you're like, I don't know what happened. I just know it's some shenanigan. LeBron James tweeted, that young king looking good out there at Shedeur, keep going up, head down on the grind, and head high to the most high. So LeBron James, again, that young king throwing down. So LeBron's watching, Coach Prime's watching. Everybody who knew what was going to happen is feeling like me tonight, feeling like Coach Prime, feeling like, we told you, man, we told you. And what you can't tell the haters nothing. They're not even serious. They don't even watch the games. They say stuff just to talk, just to get a rise out of us. But that doesn't change that it feels good when you get validated. You're like, see, I told you he's good. I told you he's going to go out there and do his thing. I told you he's going to go out there and look just like he looked for Colorado, except for he looks better because he's got that protection of the offensive line. But he's throwing dimes. He's throwing with touch. He's throwing bullets. He's driving short out routes, in the wrong red zone where it could turn into a pick six really quickly, which happened in one of the Colorado games. Was that Nebraska? Early in the Nebraska game, he was trying to drive one to the outside in a flat. They got a pick six, and that game started to get away from us. So you're already seeing some things that have improved, but you're seeing him do all the things he's always done well, and not really. Both of the times he could have taken those drift sacks where he starts to, they could become 30-yard losses if he gets sacked. he escaped and he hasn't taken one. So I'll knock on wood that stays that way, because that was one of the critiques, because I'm not afraid to critique him. It's just there's not a lot you can critique Shedeur on. And even if you say, hey, you got to avoid taking those 30-yard drift sacks, you're still talking about a guy who's putting up more passing yards, less interceptions, and more TDs than anybody else. So you're like, I mean, if I'm going to be picky, and of course, nobody wants a 30, 40-yard sack. And I mean, it happened in the BYU game. It happened in many games 2 seasons ago. But he cut down on it a lot last year, and he's avoided it so far this game, and he's played really well. Again, he's 11 for 18, 103 yards, and 2 TDs in his first half as a pro. That's legendary. That's better than pro, y'all. That's legendary. Let's finish it with an even better second half, because if my prediction is correct, assuming he gets to play the whole second half, and I'm laughing because they're showing highlights and he's doing the wrist, and just seeing it in a Browns uniform is hilarious and awesome and a beautiful thing. So it looks like we're about to get back into the game. The Panthers, if I remember correctly, should be getting the ball first. They're showing Shedeur on the sideline. Man, he's in game mode. He is focused. He's not shaking guys. The coaches and stuff are smiling, like looking at him, but they're behind him. His eyes are on the field. His face is like, this might as well be some kind of championship game. That's how locked in he looks to me. So my prediction is the second half is going to be, if he gets to play the whole time, significantly better stats than the first half. Because what I'm saying is Shedeur is a chess player who starts to pick apart the opposing defense. The more the game progresses, the more he understands what their scheme is and starts to surgically and ruthlessly destroy them and pick them apart. And so I think that's what's going to happen in the second half. We'll see. Let's see. Corleone says his prime equity deal is amazing because they thought he was a bust and he is making more off that than his contract. Wow. Tell me more. Tell me more. I got to do the research on that. I need some details. His prime equity deal. Are we talking about Amazon Prime? It gets confusing. If we're talking about Coach Prime or Amazon Prime, I assume you're talking about a deal with Amazon Prime, but I don't know about that. Other than the show that they've been doing, but I don't know what Shedeur's like compensation is for that. I know that he has made an insane amount of money off his jersey sales, millions of dollars. He has. The last time I saw, Shedeur Sanders has the highest selling rookie jersey of all time, behind one other NFL rookie. Do you know who that rookie is, chat? Of all time, Shedeur has the highest selling rookie jersey except for one other person. Who is it? You already know who it is, but somebody say it in the chat. Jack says, do you not think he'll get pulled for fourth quarter? Yeah, he very well could be. That's why I'm saying if he gets to play, I think he has better stats. If he puts up another 100 yards and 2 touchdowns and it's 28-7, yeah, they'll probably pull him in the fourth quarter. So that would skew his stats. But for those of us who watch the game, we would know, oh, yeah, he was going to go off, and they pulled him out because they're like, hey, let's protect our new QB1. Yeah, we thought we were putting QB4 out there, which did they really? Did they really? Was this all the plan from the beginning? I mean, look at those. Look at the publicity. Look at the jersey sales. It's not even close. And look at the highlights we've been seeing out of training camp. It's like, what are we talking about, guys? What are we? Who are we? Why are we still playing with this man? But first game comes around. Okay, it could be injuries, whatever. You're telling me Dylan Gabriel voluntarily is letting a hamstring injury let Shedeur play? Nah, man. They're all too competitive for that. Maybe a trainer, and we got the Browns returning a punt here for probably 20, 25-yard return. So Shedeur about to get the ball back. Maybe a trainer pulled the plug on Dylan Gabriel. I cannot see Dylan Gabriel pulling the plug on himself. I can see Shedeur just flat out earning the right to start in this game, and the Browns owners wanting to say it is whatever it is for whatever PR games they're playing. I don't know. I just know it's just not surprising that Shedeur is getting the start, and it's definitely not surprising that he is making a statement and looking like QB1 and looking like, what else do you want from Flacco's not going to be able to scramble for those 2 first downs, and Flacco's not making any throws that Shedeur didn't make. And Shedeur on 1st and 10 throws a stop route to 81 Coda, who drops it. The defender, I think, got their arm in there. So Shedeur put the throw right on the money. It was good defense. Receiver maybe could have made the catch, but that's one where not really anybody's fault, just a good football play by the defender, and you're not going to make all of those. But again, what is Flacco going to do that Shedeur is not going to do? Protect the ball? Shedeur has protected the ball. Manage the game? Shedeur knows how to manage the game. Plus, you've got the offensive coordinator, and they're in the headset. So you're talking about the experience to not turn the ball over, like those red zone opportunities, throwing interceptions in the red zone, whether it's on either red zone. If you're backed up to your own, you don't want to throw a pick six. If you're in your red zone, you don't want to throw a interception with a compressed defense where there's a much more there's a higher density of defenders where you're throwing the ball. You got to make good decisions, and he's doing all of that. So what do you want from any other quarterback? Shedeur scrambling, takes his first sack. He gets right back up. Oh, he's letting a receiver know too. Oh, he's not happy. Shedeur's letting it be known that whatever just happened, the receiver didn't do what he wanted him to do. Took like a 5-yard sack. It's 4th and 12. Shedeur is mad. Shedeur is in this game, y'all. He's playing this preseason game like his intensity is not going to be higher in the Super Bowl. What else do you want from a quarterback, man? Plays a preseason game like it's a Super Bowl, trains as the 4th string like he's the 1st string. Stop playing with this man. Come on. But hey, he's writing his story tonight. Corleone says Coda's got to have strong hands. It's the NFL. Every catch is contended. Yeah, so that was that last play. They didn't show a replay, so I didn't see how much the defender got his arm in there. But off first look, I agree with you. It looked like, come on, man, y'all are letting him down with your hands. He's zipping the balls in there where the coverage is tight, because it's like you got a defender on your back. He's throwing a laser that's, and you got to have NFL hands to play it. But, he's not with the starting receivers. I didn't see the replay. I don't know how much the defender got his arm in there to block it. But Shedeur's playing good. That's what we can say. We can say Shedeur looks good. He's playing with a 2nd, 3rd string Browns team. He's playing with backup Browns players. And okay, it's, same thing on the Panthers, but the man looks like an NFL quarterback of multiple years, not a rookie. Corleone says if the Browns trade 12, the city might riot. Just think of Jerry Jeudy out there with him. Exactly. So on both accounts, I mean, I have mixed feelings because I would love to see Shedeur be the quarterback who wins the Browns a Super Bowl. But also I want him to live in a place. And I don't know. It seems like I'm not going to talk about different cities because players don't get a whole lot of control of where they live. I just want to see him thrive. I want to see him be appreciated. And it seems like the city of Cleveland has embraced him in an extreme, in a very extremely positive way. I mean, I think New Orleans would have embraced him like that. I think Vegas would, but it would have been different. Vegas has New Orleans and Cleveland probably have more up-and-coming high school players who Shedeur can impact by being in the city, because he's the kind of quarterback who takes that initiative to impact the local high school teams. And maybe Vegas, but Cleveland football, high school football, New Orleans high school football, much more traditionally competitive than football in Las Vegas. But any city where he can make an impact that's going to embrace him and he's going to thrive. But man, you've sold too many Browns jerseys to trade him. Like, number one selling rookie jersey of all time, except for his dad's. Out of all the rookies in NFL history, the Sanders are top 2 rookie jersey sales. Just think about that for a minute. How many rookie players in the NFL selling jerseys, and the Sanders family have number 1 and number 2 spots? It's amazing. Corleone says Shedeur is a winner. If the Browns want to win, he's the guy for the job. Exactly. Well, you just couldn't ask for anything more from a quarterback if you're the Browns, let alone a rookie. They should be happy with him as a quarterback, period. And I predict that they will be. The Panthers are getting a first down right now, as you can see. Actually, let me get that game status back up here. All right, is this 12? We're a little delayed on this. Let me reload that and see if it catches up. So my TV is like 30 seconds ahead of what the clock says on this web page, but we're around 11 minutes and 30 left in the third quarter, 12 minutes depending on what service you're watching on. Jack says, I think the Browns could be a dark horse this season. I mean, hey, Shedeur's, to say he's just getting started is an understatement. I mean, game 1, like, let this man cook. And Quinshon Judkins, Jerry Jeudy, I mean, this backup line is already protecting him. I know this isn't the hardest defensive front they're going to go up against, but man, you could be right there, Jack. All right, Dalton goes down in the backfield. It's making sure they're not going to throw a flag for one of the Browns players kind of like falling on him after he had already fallen down, but it looked totally innocent, and there is no flag. So you get used to that bull junk watching Colorado games. You guys know what I'm talking about. Remember Jimmy throwing the peace sign? What game was that? And then a game later on TV that day, another player does it in another game, and it's not a problem. It's not called at all. But Jimmy runs like 100-yard kickoff return back or something, throws up a peace sign, and they call it back. Man, those college refs had it out for the Sanders in a way that I don't think the NFL refs are going to be. I don't think the NFL refs, they were interacting with Shedeur before the game started, and they looked like they genuinely liked Shedeur. Like the 3 refs that were talking to him looked like they were kind of like, hey, this is awesome that this is Deion's kid out here and he's getting a start. They didn't look like haters. They weren't looking at him sideways. They weren't, giving him, like, I saw so many refs before the game be like, listen, they would like tell things to Travis and Shedeur, like, we're not going to put up with this kind of celebrating. Like, they'd have this kind of like, I'm the principal type vibe. And I just saw it over and over, and it just made me so sick to my stomach. And so it was nice to see before this game started, the refs looked like genuinely tickled, like excited to see Shedeur play. And so I hope in the NFL, as he starts to prove himself, we don't have to worry about the same things that we have to worry about shenanigans in college football last year and the year before. Man, the Pac-12, there was some sus refereeing 2 seasons ago was worse than last year. Last year wasn't as bad, but still had some moments like Jimmy throwing the peace sign. And then you have somebody, and it was, I believe in the, I don't know if it was in the SEC, if it was in the same conference, but somebody literally an hour or two later on a big play threw a peace sign, and it was on, Sports Center and everything. Like, how are you going to call that on one guy and not on the other team? Whatever. I think we're going to have to worry about those shenanigans less in the NFL. And that'll be a good thing. Jack, yo, you just call me L&L, man. It's just love and liberty. L&L, keeping it a little, people already know that I live in Boulder. So, with the internet being the way it is, we just keep it to, you can call me L, you can call me love, you can call me L&L. But if you say L, we'll know who you're talking about. Yeah, Panda remembers the peace sign call on Jimmy. I'm still mad about it. I don't think I'll ever be over it. To this day, I think about it and like, makes me want to go play some football and be the, I'm not even going to say it. I'm just going to zip my lips and bite my tongue for the aunties who watch. We can keep it super kosher and PG. We have a lot of lovely CU aunties that watch this channel. A lot of them watch the videos after the fact and leave really nice comments. And so we're not going to muss up their experience with my coarse language. All right, y'all, 1st and 10. This is like Shedeur's 8th or so series with the Browns as a professional NFL starting quarterback. He's 11 for 19. We need to get those completions up. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. And looks like the Browns jumped, which, hey, that's some deja vu Shedeur's familiar with. Being backed up in your own red zone and your own offensive line going off sides for no reason on 1st down. Come on, guys. All right, we're giving him a challenge. But he's winning the game. He's got the ball. Let's put some distance on the scoreboard so it's not a 1-score game. Even if it's a field goal, let's at least get a drive together here and at least make it a 2-score game. But now he's backed up against the wall. He's on the 5-yard line, 1st and 15. They go with the handoff. Nothing doing, 1 or 2 yards. They've already given up on this series with that play right there, y'all. That's gross. I don't like that. Maybe they were hoping this guy, I think it's Williams, number 39 for the Browns. He's broken a few 10, 12, 15-yarders, so I think they were hoping for that. But now you've got 2nd and 13 from the 5. Let's see Shedeur make a play here. Let's see the offensive coordinator make a strong play call. But you got to be careful. You cannot throw an interception down here. And somebody else jumped off sides. I think it was the Browns again. Let's see, guys. Yeah, Corleone says let him air it out for real. Browns go offsides twice from the 10-yard line, guys. Like, let's not. Come on, you guys are professionals. All right, 2nd and 18. What you got, Shedeur? What you got, offensive coordinator? Shedeur's in the end zone. That was a bad pass. He was scrambling, trying to escape pressure in the end zone. He threw it to a wide receiver who was like a little safety option, just maybe 5 yards in front of the line of scrimmage when the whole defense was playing back. And so the guy's wide open, and Shedeur just throws it low and misses him. But he's on the run. He's scrambling in the end zone. It's now 3rd and 18. And Come on, we need some magic here. Let's be legendary. Get a great highlight here with a first down. They take a safe throw it to the tight end over the middle, maybe like 5 yards to give the punter some room. So they just looking to set up a punt. 4th and 10, 8 minutes in the third quarter, got the lead. So they're not pressing it, but you can tell Shedeur wanted to. He's frustrated. He didn't really get any opportunities because of those offsides. 2 offsides in that series inside the 10 is just unforgivable for any level of professional athlete. Like, that's just sorry. I don't care if you're the Browns. I don't care if you're the 4th string offensive lineman. You're a professional getting paid on national TV with everybody's watching. You're winning. You're in your own red zone, and you go offsides twice. Come on, man. That's how you get cut. But I don't know how you – I guess linemen are in short demand because it doesn't seem like a lot to ask. But I'm being way overly picky. It's a preseason game. I just want to see Shedeur do well, and it's frustrating when like other players hold him back from getting to do what he's capable of. Great punt coverage there. They looks like ETN must be the younger ETN there, receiving for the Panthers, and he got stuffed pretty quickly. So Shedeur's on the sideline, going over some plays, looking at some footage, hopefully dialing up where they'll have an opportunity to attack when they get the ball back. Defense has got to continue shutting the Panthers down. The Panthers can make it a game with any given play. So far, the Browns have been in control, but Bryce Young has hit a couple of longer passes that just one of them turned into a touchdown drive. The other one didn't. So we're one play away from it being a close game. Definitely want to see Shedeur get a W in his first start as a pro. Jack, when you said, I presume you're a BU fan, I presume you meant to write CU. Yeah, definitely we're based in Boulder, so we do like live streams of the pep rallies before the game. They do a Buffs walk where the players walk into the stadium before every home game. We always live stream that. Then we have season tickets, so we go inside the stadium and we live stream like all the pregame warm-ups. And we're going to try to go to as many away games as we can and live stream walking around the away city, whatever we can see at the away game, pregame, stuff like that. And I also have like a little fitness component to the channel where we're putting in some fitness content, but it's very heavily like Coach Prime CU football based, but also starting to branch into fitness because one of my stories was when Coach Prime came to town, I had gained 60 pounds over what I am now. And there's a picture you can see on the channel of like how big I had gotten. And when I started seeing the daily well-off videos and seeing everybody working their asses off for the season, this was 2 years ago, where everybody, was counting them out, saying that all the players weren't good. A lot of the content was in the weight room, training camp stuff. And it just reignited that desire in me to like get back to my old self. And so I give Coach Prime a lot of credit for motivating me to finally lose that weight and get back in shape. And so I just started a little branch on the channel. Yes, we got a Browns interception. Let's go. Let's go. Give Shedeur the ball back. Thank you, Needham. Thank you, Needham, number 25. And Shedeur's back on the field, y'all. But yeah, so everything I learned losing that 60 pounds over a year, I've just started sharing it on the channel. Right now, it's every Saturday. There's a podcast episode. There's only been one of the fitness episodes. There's going to be 7 more. And I'm just going to share everything that I learned. And I'm also helping anybody who wants to do their own transformation one-on-one for free, just to show some people what's possible and that it doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to suffer. When you do it with science, it's just a formula. Okay, we got Shedeur 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to the right, hits number 87 in the flat for a first down, 11 yards. Let's go. Let's go. We're driving, baby. We're in the red zone. It's time to get another touchdown. It's time to start running it up. We got a flag on the play. Flag on the play. Wet blanket. Ton of excitement. Let's see who the flag is on. Panda, if you watch the podcast from last week, I pretty much did an overview of everything that I did. And tomorrow, we're just going to start diving into each part of it, a section at a time, doing a deep dive. If anybody leaves any questions in the comments, anything they want me to answer, if anybody wants like a one-on-one, chat or a phone call just to kind of get a recipe to get started, I'm here for it. Or I'm just here to support anybody else on their journey from afar, and just to tell people that you can do whatever you want to do with your body. It is possible. You just need the right information. Shedeur completes a pass for 18 yards. Again, this is number 82, Bates. 82 or 83. Another big wide receiver. Some of these wide receivers look like tight ends, so I can't tell. But 82, Bates. Shedeur's driving, y'all. He's doing what he does. Just as predicted, starting to pick apart the defense. They're letting him throw the ball, and that's where he shines. All right, Shedeur's under center from the 24-yard line. 1st and 10. They do hand it off this time. Williams goes around the side. Another first down. 10-yard run. The Browns are driving, baby. Let's go. Now they got to watch out for Shedeur throwing the ball, and so it's given the running game. And Williams, who's having a pretty good game, I'll have to look at his stats. But they're driving. Looking good. Let's cap this off with the passing touchdown. All right, I'm going to get to Jack's comment, but let's watch Shedeur work. 1st and 10 from the 12. Under center. Hands it off again. And they're going to get up the middle 3-4 yards. Pretty good. He got met at right across the line of scrimmage, but he kept his legs moving and pushed the pile. Jack says, being part of football and following football has helped me improve my life from getting in shape. I've increased my bench press from 70 kilograms, 1 rep max, to 115 kilograms. My deadlift went from 100 kilograms to 200 kilograms. Right on, Jack. Jack over there with the metric numbers across the pond. So correct me if I'm wrong. It's pretty much double, or it's you double the kilograms a little, and then add just a little bit more to get the pounds. So I'd say what is a 115 kilogram bench press, around 250, which that's good, man. Good stuff. Especially increasing it from 60. I mean, more than doubling it. That's awesome. Football is the most inspiring sport. It definitely can be, especially when you see the players who really do put in that different level of work, like Shedeur does, like Travis does, like Shiloh does, especially Shiloh over the last 6 months. I love Shiloh, man. I said 2 years ago he's going to easily make an NFL team. We're still waiting for that prediction to be proven true, but he's got a great shot in Tampa Bay. He's doing everything that he needs to do, and he's showing up the way that all of us who saw Shiloh play knew that he would. But as far as the work being like, man, professionals punching a clock, you saw that with LeJontay, you saw that with Jimmy, you saw it with Shedeur, you saw it with Travis, you saw it with Levante Bentley on defense, you saw it with BJ Green, Cam Silman, Craig. And look, all those guys are making it onto teams just like we said they would. All right, Shedeur, 4th and 2 from the 4. Touchdown on a handoff. Tricky little end around, almost kind of looked like a reverse from the slot receiver. Touchdown, Browns. Let's go. But you got to respect Shedeur's passing attack, and that opened up those nice little runs there in the red zone. And it's all about your quarterback helping you get touchdowns in any way possible. And when they've got to look out for Shedeur scrambling that close, he can easily get in there with his legs. They've got to take Williams seriously running up the middle or around the edge. All of a sudden, the Browns have the opening to make this little tricky play call, catch Carolina, focusing on everything else, and they get another touchdown to go up 21-7. Shedeur having a legendary start as a rookie. And let's take a look at the stats. 14 for 23, 138, 2 TDs. Shaping up. I mean, it's still time left in the third quarter, whole fourth quarter if they let him play. He's looking like a pro. He's looking like the pro we all said that he was. I almost made one of the spammers a moderator. That wouldn't have been very good. Nah, block you. Okay, Jack says 100 kilograms, 225. Okay, so it's 125% more. So yeah, man, love. I'm here for anybody's transformation stories and to support anybody who's trying to transform themselves. Coach Prime inspired me to lose 60 pounds the first year that he was out here. And now I'm just doing a series in conjunction with all the CU football content, just everything that I learned. Just it's all free. I'm not trying to sell anything. I am trying to get, and we already have 2 people that I'm working with for 6-month transformation goals, but I've got room for several. So I'm going to keep anybody hits me up at loveandliberty.com or in the comments, or you let me know that you want one-on-one help transforming your body over the next 6 months. I'm going to give you everything that I've got that you want and nothing you don't. It's all for free, and then just hoping that a few people at the end of it will give us a good testimonial, and then maybe we can come up with what I'm trying to work on right now is an app that will be attached to my website that allows you to do all of the nutrition and exercise tracking that I'm paying other apps $30 a month to do right now. So I'm just trying to build my own app so I don't have to pay and Mrs. Love and Liberty $60 a month between the two of us. But if by the time that's done, there's other people who want to use our app, that'll be awesome. And it'll be a win-win because I'm going to make it cheaper than what I'm paying $30 a month to do. If I make the app that I'm hoping to make, and I'm just going to charge $10 a month for it, there you go. An app that does the same thing the other apps already in the market are doing for a third of the price should be a no-brainer. But really, I'm making it for myself. But I'm giving away all of the information that's going to be used to drive the app for free because I love this community. I want to see other people transform their bodies. I want people to realize that in 2025, it doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to be starving the whole time. You don't have to work out like crazy. The truth is, you can lose any amount of weight you want to and never work out a single day. That's the truth. And I'm not going to get into all of that here as the Panthers now have the ball. You know, I'm just here to see Jimmy Horn Jr. and Shedeur, obviously mainly Shedeur. But I want to see Jimmy do well too. So I'm keeping it. He's in the game right now. So I'm keeping an eye out on him. But also just letting you guys know about the fitness stuff. If you're wondering about losing any amount of weight, when I was 60 pounds heavier, I didn't feel that much different, but I had no energy. And I thought it was my age. It happened so slowly. I was like, man, I just don't have the energy that I used to have. And that weight came off, and I have more energy now than I've ever had in my entire life. And so a lot of people think it takes really hard working out to lose the weight. And the truth is it takes no working out. Working out is separate. It's something you do separate. If you work out, you want to either build muscle size, build muscle strength, or build endurance. One of those three things. Nothing to do with losing weight. The only way that it comes into losing weight is if you're losing weight and you got yourself on a proper calorie deficit, which shouldn't be too much or too little. Again, the details are in the podcast. They're not for right now. Or you guys can hit me up in the comments one-on-one. But the exercising comes into play in that you get to eat a little more carbs and a little more fats on the day you exercise. So if you don't exercise, you just eat less carbs and fats on those days, and you will still lose the weight. So if there's any aunties out there who are like, yeah, I want to lose weight, but I don't want to do pull-ups and dips and bench press. You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to walk. Walking 10,000 steps a day will help you, but it'll just really, you get to eat a little more food, and you're going to be a little more hungry because you did that energy expenditure. And if you don't do that energy expenditure, you're not going to be as hungry. So you're going to be okay with eating a little less. Again, the point is, if you want to transform your body and lose weight, it is 100% to do with nutrition, and you don't have to eat a strict diet. You just have to know what you eat and know what you use. I'll teach y'all how to do that for free on the channel, but there's no outlawing certain foods. You're going to know if I choose, for instance, oh, they just threw a long ball to Jimmy on a outside post route, and Jake Plummer just missed him. But you're going to know things like, okay, right now for the same amount of calories, I can eat 150 grams of French fries, or I can eat a pound of baked potato. I get to choose. Do I really want the French fries and I'm going to eat 150 grams and be okay? Because some days you're less hungry than others and you're like, I want to eat the pizza or the fry today. I'm not even that hungry. Or are you like, nah, I want to eat the pound of baked potato, and I'll learn how to make that baked potato in a way that's delicious, which can be done using AI. You can be like, hey, AI, whatever you use, I like this kind of food. I've never made baked potato before. I'm not trying to add a crazy amount of butter or sour cream. How can I make a baked potato taste good in a healthy way? It's going to give you option after option after option. The point is, exercise not required, restrictive diet not required. The only thing that's required, I tell people, it's as easy and as hard, because it's easy and hard at the same time, to weigh your food and track your calories. And you say that to some people and they're like, I did for years. I will never weigh my food. No. If I need to eat healthy, I'll eat salads and chicken. But you will burn out. You'll burn out doing that, and then you'll rubber band back to the old weight, and you'll just think that you didn't have enough discipline. But the truth is, you just didn't do it the right way, where you want to eat the stuff that makes you happy, because you got to keep the psychological positive. When our body builds up too many stress hormones, it holds on to body fat and it will start to let go of muscle. I'm going to teach you guys all of this. I'm going too much into detail now, but it's just to say that's what we're doing every Saturday for the next 7 Saturdays, including tomorrow. The first fitness episode was last week. It's all free. I'm not selling you anything other than nothing, but I am trying to get some more people to do one-on-one free coaching with me so I can help you make your own transformation. Then you can say, hey, Love and Liberty helped me too. Look at you don't have to even show people your before pictures. One of the guys that I'm helping, he was like, taking a before picture is a requirement for yourself, but you never have to show it to anybody. And he was like, I'm not taking the before picture. I'm too embarrassed. I was like, no, dude, you don't have to show it to anybody. But as you go into this a month, 2 months, you're going to start doubting your progress, even though you see it on the scale. But you look back at that before picture, even if it's just you looking at it, and you're like, oh, it is working. And you take a picture every month, because you don't see yourself change in the mirror. When I look in the mirror, I see the same me that I saw that was 60 pounds overweight, y'all. I see the same me. But when I see 2 pictures, I'm like, okay, not the same, not the same. All this stuff I'm going to share with you guys. And the end game is I'm building an app to replace what I'm paying $30 a month for myself. And if I can end up making that app successful, charge people $10 a month, it's 3 times less than the other apps doing the same thing. some of you guys will probably sign up to use it, and that would be great, but it's not a requirement. There's no paywalls. If you ask me a question, I'm going to answer everything that I know about it. And hopefully we'll just spread the transformation that Coach Prime helped me do, that football has helped Jack in the chat do. Hopefully we'll just spread that to more people and show people in 2025, even if you grew up like me with a dad who was a NBA and NFL physical trainer, and I was a Marine. I played all sports my whole entire life until I went into the Marines. I exercised hard all the way into my early 30s, and my 30s decade working in corporate America is where I gained all the weight. And because I had always worked out so hard my whole life, I thought that was the only way that I was going to get back, was brutal workouts like I did in high school football, all the way back to, man, our Pop Warner coaches in Middle Tennessee in third grade were some of the most hardcore coaches I ever had in my life, including drill instructors and gunny sergeants in the Marine Corps. I worked out hard my whole life, and I thought that's what was required, and it kept me. I would still eat whatever I want, and I'd go work out really hard, but I could only do it like 1 or 2 days a week, and then I wouldn't make the progress, and I'd give up for another month, and then 10 years go by. And it was a weird sequence of events that got me to the science of what works. And I do mean not bro science. I mean academic, published, cited scientific literature, studies presented by PhDs who are biologists and bodybuilders. And I had to realize, okay, even though I think I know everything about fitness, it's 2025. I've been out of the game. I really don't. I need to get up to speed on the most cutting edge knowledge. And then it was easy. I resisted just learning. I was like, nah, what I learned from my dad, from my coaches, from the Marine Corps. After the Marine Corps, I love that P90X Tony Horton guy. Some of you guys know who that is, Beachbody. And I thought I knew everything. I got into yoga when I came out to Colorado, and yoga can do a lot of good things. But I had this mindset that you lose weight through working out, and you don't. And I had to let that go, and then I got my get back. So I just want to share, that with other people who it might benefit, who might need to hear that. Man, I was sitting here looking at the chat, y'all, and because of the spammer, it just looked like nobody was chatting, and so I missed a bunch. And I'm sorry. I'm scrolling back to the bottom, and I missed some from even Miss L&L. I missed from Jack and Corleone. All right, that's my little rant. If you guys want to hear more of that, there will be another podcast episode 2 dropping tomorrow. More of a deep dive. Last week was episode 4 of the podcast, but it was episode 1 of the fitness series, which will be an 8-part series. I went a broad view over everything last week. So if you are like, oh, he was talking fast in the live stream and I heard some things, I didn't catch it all, go back and listen to last week's podcast on our YouTube channel or Spotify. And I went over everything. Like, here's a broad view of everything we're going to talk about for the next 8 videos. And each of the next 8 videos, we're going to do a deep dive, and I will answer any questions you guys leave in the comments, anything you want to talk about. Also, guys, if you haven't noticed, Shedeur's out of the game. So I kind of let myself get into the fitness rant because we are going to wrap this up if Shedeur is not coming back, which there should be no reason that he is. It looks like, I don't know. How could he have made a better first impression than what he did tonight? So hopefully he is starting to really cement his status in the eyes of the owners of the Cleveland Browns, which I think are important. I think the owners might have something to do with his situation, but just the staff, the city, the players, they're all going to be saying, guys, what else do we want? He did this with backup Browns players. And we pulled him out of the game because he gave us a comfortable, easy lead. I mean, this game was easy for the Browns, the way it is when you have a great quarterback. So, this is LNL. Bars? Corleone, are you asking if I have bars? Is that what she's saying? Because my music tattoos? I've been a musician my whole life, and I can't give up my music channel on this channel because of my music channel. People don't know that I live in Boulder, and so it starts to make me pretty easy to find. But yeah, I got another channel that's music. I've been a musician my whole life. Toured all over, playing in a rock band when I was at Clemson for 6 years and kept doing music ever since. Yeah, we'll see. This is in new territory. I never thought making these L&L videos that they would ever kind of end up in like the community that we have, even though, you know, we're a small part of a small community, and the Coach Prime community is huge, but, you know, compared to the NFL fan base, you know, it's still, or any college fan base, the people who follow just the Sanders family is a niche community, and we're a very niche community inside that community. And man, I never anticipated how many weirdos you would encounter doing live streams before I started doing live streams. And like, I know Corleone knows, he's seen some of them, but some of you guys last year, it's been some interesting scenarios where I'm like, yeah, I definitely don't want to make it easy for everybody to find exactly where I'm at. So, but yeah, man, we'll link, and I'll email you. And if you come out here, you got a place to stay. We'll hang out, catch beers, grab some beers. And there's a lot, man. There's so much in Boulder to show people who haven't been here, or even people who have. I look forward to, if I do get to show some of you guys around Boulder, if you're game, we'll film it and document it so everybody can kind of see, hey, if somebody visits Boulder, this is where I would take them. This is where I would show them around. These are the sites I would say you've got to see if you've got 1 day in Boulder, 2 days in Boulder, 3 days, a week, whatever it is. I think some of those videos would be cool too, because there are a lot of people who want to come to games, and they plan on coming to games, and they want to kind of, you know, plan some adventures around. If you're making a trip to Colorado, for me, growing up in the Southeast, I always wanted to go to Colorado before I ever got to come out here. And it was such a big trip. And you want to make the most of it, right? So I think those would be some cool videos. Q-Dog says 12 got tape now. 12 got that NFL tape now. He sure does. Like we said, I still say tonight was a legendary performance. I think I'm looking at his face on the sideline. He looks pissed that he's not playing. He doesn't look happy at all, even though he did a wonderful job. He wants to be in the red zone right now in the game, but I think it's probably a good sign that they've pulled him out after playing so well. I mean, it's kind of like they want to protect QB1. I mean, saying QB1 is a lot right now, but dare I say, I mean, that's my prediction before the game. He's not giving this position up. I said, yeah, they're going to play other quarterbacks. And somebody mentioned, I think it was Jack earlier in the stream, like, don't you think they'll pull him out in the fourth quarter? And I said, yeah, if they go up by a couple of touchdowns, they probably will. And they did. They pulled him out in the third. But I think that's a good sign. I think he was going to put up significant stats if they let him keep playing, and if they wanted to run up the score, but they don't need to. They don't need to risk him. They don't need to run up the score. So they pulled him. And what more would you want from a rookie quarterback's first night? Like, come on, man. What are we talking about here? Give the man the number 1 seed. Give him the first team. Give him the starting position. Make it official. I said first seed, I meant first string, but you guys already know I'm just I'm talking fast and I'm trying to catch up on the comments, and I'm also thinking we'll probably wrap this up since Shedeur's out, but let's finish up what we've got going on in the chat. Miss Southern Bell says, hope to connect with L&L fam. I'm coming for the season opener. You already know, Miss Southern Bell. Catch us at the Buff Walk. You'll see me. You'll see me running around. Where's my little gimbal at? Hold on one second here. I'll show you what you'll see. I'll be running around with my phone on this. This is what makes the footage nice and stable. But you'll see me running around, looking at the screen, talking to the people streaming, and just yell at me or grab me or, tap me on the shoulder and say, what's up? Don't be a stranger. I will know who you are, Miss Southern Bell. If you say, hey, it's Miss Southern Bell, you want a hug? I got a hug for you. You want a fist bump? I got a fist bump for you. I love to see you guys in person. We got to meet so many people face to face last year that I would never expect. They'd be like, love and liberty, and it'd be, a random person, but you never know who's watching. Especially on the game day stuff, it'll be, I don't want to misspeak. I know we've had hundreds and hundreds of viewers at a time. I think for a few events, we've gotten up to like 1,000 viewers, maybe in some of the pregame warm-ups for some of the final games last year, some of the maybe the bowl game, I can't remember, but I'm always surprised how many people jump on those streams that want to see the Buffs. And I love seeing you guys in person, man, especially, the good people. We saw some of the weirdos in person, but, I'll bite my tongue before I go too far on that because, hey, I think with a lot of what the team has proven, a lot of those haters, that crazy maniacal energy that was really more built up 2 years ago, man, it was dark what some of the people were saying about Coach Prime and Shedeur and Shiloh and Bucky when they first came. And that's why I started this channel, because I was like, what is going on? These are like straight up demons, like going after this family. Who are these people? And unfortunately, I saw a lot of them look like me. And DJ Bless One, the best one, around that time, he was making videos and was like, hey, we need some people who look like you to make videos telling those other people to shut the, again, keeping it PG for the aunties. But that's how this all started. And man, I never really expected the community. We got Jimmy Horn returning the kick here. He's doing his thing, but they took him down. He made some moves. I wanted Jimmy to get the ball out a little more tonight. But anyway, y'all, last year was pretty positive. We got to meet a lot of cool people. All right, Shedeur's getting interviewed. I have to read the captions, but let's see if I can. All right, I'm with the star of the game. In fact, you said to us yesterday, this was your preseason Super Bowl. Did you bring home the trophy? We definitely had a win today. We definitely had a win. I'm thankful for the opportunity. I'm excited for it. I don't feel like, I took full advantage of the opportunity, but, it's something to work on, something to learn from. Okay, we can talk about that part afterwards. Let's start with the things you're really proud of. We said it's not only about the stats. So what did you do today that you feel really good about? I'll say the most important thing of being a quarterback is leading your team. I would say definitely the scoreboard. I think we did that pretty good. And just, just being consistent, even though if things going our way and not going our way, being able to bounce back and not stay in the hole. Being a quarterback is going to be ups and downs. It's going to be pros and cons, everything. So you just got to stay level-headed through it. How about your decision-making back there? You looked awfully sharp. Was the game a little slower than you thought it would be? Nah, I don't feel like I was sharp at all. Honestly, I think I was okay today, but next opportunity I get, just got to, build on this one. To us, it looked like you settled into your throws as the game kept going. Is that how it felt? Yeah, overall, just got to know we'll get it going. So it's just relationship overall. When it's your first time with, of course, a new coaching and knew something in a game setting, like, it's a field thing. So I feel like we understood each other's rhythm and what ideally we were all trying to accomplish tonight. I saw you looking at the fans after the first drive. There are a lot of number 12 jerseys, a lot of Browns number 12 jerseys here. To see all of that on the road for your first game, what does that do for you? Well, it was just a blur. I see a lot of people out there, but overall, I'm just thankful for everybody that's supporting this organization and this organization that gave me the opportunity to come out here and do something I love. So I love the emotions that came with everything, the good, the bad, and that's, what you play football for. But it's definitely bringing everybody together. It's a dream come true. The conversation now, of course, is about how many reps you get and what reps you get. Do you feel like you did something today to move up the depth chart? I honestly don't know, and I don't really care. Whenever it's my turn and I just got to take advantage of it, I feel like, today I did some good, some bad. And I know moving forward, I won't make the same mistakes twice. So that's not in my control. And, regardless of whatever the situation is, it's not up to me. And it is what it is. I just got to, accept whatever everything comes with. And as for the coaches, the best thing that they did for you tonight, the best position they put you in, it was just to have an opportunity to get out here and play, So I'm out of the game now, and I really didn't want to get out. But, it's football. So when they say you're done, you're done. But I would say just having the opportunity to get out there and, just be free. So, like, when I started running around and everything, like, that was so fun. It was so fun doing that. All right, last question. Your family's watching at home. Your dad's going nuts on social media. What do you say to him? Sorry, Pops. What? Sorry, Pops. I ain't do what I was supposed to do fully. But, we'll live to see another day, another opportunity. Thank you. What more can you want in a quarterback than that, man? That's crazy. The dude is just so beyond his years. He had an amazing start, but he's never satisfied. But, man, if you are the owners of the Browns, what else do you want? What else do you want? If I knew your names, I would say it. Not that you're ever going to watch this, but are you crazy? Are you crazy? What are we playing about? What are we talking about? That's QB1, man. All right. Wow, Jack was up to almost 3 a.m. European time. I think he said he was in the UK. I don't want to get his country wrong. But yeah, hopefully we catch you again, Jack. Miss Southern Belle, bless you too. Good to see you. Corleone, always good to see you guys. All right, guys, with that, we're going to go ahead and dip out. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, if you want to see the fitness stuff, there's a new podcast dropping tomorrow. It's going to be counting tomorrow 7 more episodes of everything I learned losing 60 pounds over a year. You do not have to exercise to do it. We will talk about exercise for people who do want to exercise. We'll talk about why we separate nutrition and exercise, all of that later. But this stream was about documenting Shedeur's NFL debut. I'd say it was a legendary debut. I would love to see, I don't know, people could say, oh, you don't remember Patrick Mahomes' first preseason game or Tom Brady? I don't remember which NFL legends have had amazing first games. But, man, this has got to be in the top 20, top 10, top 5. I don't know. I'll have to go and look at the stats and see. But for me, the man looked like a multi-year pro quarterback tonight. He is not going to give this job up. He's going to get a lot more looks. He's going to keep getting better. And this is the beginning of Shedeur Sanders' legendary NFL career. As always, it was a pleasure to watch it with you guys. This has been Love and Liberty. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out. Let's go, Buffs!